Yeah. I say for 27 years I've been getting checks cleared. Rovers, Bentleys, yachts, Lears. I sip champagne like a nigga sip beer. Women by the trees, they used to call me Paul Pierce. At league money, I walk like a ball player. And I'm loved in New Orleans, I'm the motherfucking mayor. Hat to the back, you can barely see the fade. Niggas get the peace sign, bitches get the wave. Tell them haters I don't see them, tell them niggas get a wave. Pussies looking bushes, tell them bitches get a fade. Hand them with the shit. Let's go. Raised in the Magnolia, ran through the yoke. Jumped out the window, landed on the porch. I was yelling heads up when I saw them folks. Miss Shirley had the weed, gangsta had the coke. Nigga wasn't rich, but he wasn't broke. And I ain't never fixed shit unless the shit broke. Swimming in that water, I ain't never float. Never stopped a red light when I was on go. Started as a rookie, then became a pro. Traded in my 50 for a Kango. Ain't no nigga could tell ya I ain't live it or tell ya I ain't did it, cause I am one of the realest. Best for the summer, trucks for the winter. Catch me in the fur, a fox, a chinchilla. Minding my own business, cause business was doing well. On the highway to heaven, but sending niggas to hell. Black 38, I ain't never left for shell. Kicking doors in, I ain't never ring a bell. Black shell toes, I run like the MC. Light gray Benz, the kid was AMG. I'm an A, B, C, D, E, F, G. OG Cello, man, we back with another episode of Choppin Game. Today I got my homeboy with me. You know, I don't really do no introductions. I don't know what he over there doing. What you doing, bro?
I was messing. She gave me a gift, bro. I was,
Loaded
it was happening, bro. I was
saying I got my homegirl. Say my homegirl. Straight from my hood. You know, we grew up together. We don't really do no introductions.
Keedy Black, you heard me?
Keedy Black. Yeah, dang. Straight from out the Magnolia Projects, right?
Like a dog.
Let's start from the music. What got you into the music? I know though, but you can tell the people.
So I've been doing music since I was real young. I've been doing music for a long time, but music was never my first passion, and it wasn't something that I really wanted to do. So first I noticed that I can draw. I can draw you. I can draw anybody, anything that you put before my eyes. Then I was doing poetry, then music, and everything just started falling in place. Dancing, I used to like to dance as well. Anything that has to do with a beat or a sound or, anything dealing with arts. So I've been rapping for a long time, but like I said, again, it wasn't something that I wanted to do. So me and Shorty would rap at the DJs. We used to go to churches and rap when we were very young. And I really supported her. But actually, I rapped her Baby before she rapped her Baby. So Baby wanted to, work with me, but it just didn't work like that. So as she started working with Baby, then I was dancing for her and helping write music and stuff like that and just supporting her career and helping her along the way, traveling with her, doing everything. So a lot of people saw us in the studio together, different concerts together, doing a lot of stuff together. So I really believe that I was planting a seed into whatever it is that was her first passion. Because like I said, it wasn't my first passion. So when she passed away, I was supporting Magnolia Wrong with it.
Right.
Supporting him because he started traveling with the music, and I can remember going to a DJ to support him, encouraging him, praying with him, pushing him. And when I got there, somebody saw me and was like, "Who she is?" You know what I'm saying? They was like, they never heard my voice. They just saw how I looked. They just saw me and was like, "Who she is?" Bring her to the studio. So when I get to the studio the next day, me and Yadi, we riding on our way to the studio, and I just started coming up with Hammer. Straight to the dome.
What's your first record?
First record. Bounce record. Because, I used to do the gangster music, so I was with Money Wasters Records. At the age of 14, I signed with a company. Shout out to Dallas, Texas, was recording music and stuff like that, but it was more of gangster rap. So, just at the DJs, I was doing more of the bounce rapping and stuff like that at the DJs. So, my first bounce record, putting out to the world, was Hammer. So went in the studio, did Hammer. That didn't work out with me and the engineers that I gave it to. Couple of weeks later.
Didn't work out with the engineers.
Couple of weeks later, probably a month later, I called Black and Mild because we already had a relationship, due to Shorty already going to the studio, so he knew me from that. Built a relationship through that. So I hit him up and said, "Look, I have this record. It's called Hammer. I want to, come over there and I want to put the record down." So he was like, "For sure." So when I get in there, I get in a booth. So since I gave it to 2 other engineers, I made sure that I gave him something different, just in case they decide to drop their version. I gave Black and Mild a different version. Gave him a different version, went in there and did it. So after I did Hammer, I can remember DJ Darkside saying, "You ready to blow up? Cause you about to blow up." So I just still thought in my mind, look, R.I.P. to Shorty. I'm doing it on, the behalf of Shorty, just keeping her name alive or whatever. Then it really became more of a career for me. Then it became more of my first love, because in the process of doing the music, doing the song Hammer, I had my own business. I had a nursery and transportation service.
I remember that.
So, taking care of children. And also I was working at a hospital, East Jefferson, overnight. So I was a certified nursing assistant working overnight at East Jefferson. And when I get off in the morning, get straight on the van, go pick up all my kids, do the route, drop the ones that go to school, and then let the ones that come to my nursery stay on the van. So that was my routine for years. And then once my music started picking up, then I had to let it go, because now I'm traveling all over the world. So been doing music for a minute, and everything just picked up. Before
Let's get back to real life, because you was like
Hustle.
young, been like this though,
That's
bro.
a hustle.
Like, and I know where she come from.
She
Like-
in church now, I can't say.
I've been in church all my life.
Okay.
Don't tell me no
So
now.
you-
I grew up, I come up in church.
Hustling, I don't want your
Yeah.
congregation saying, what they mean.
No, I don't got no congregation, baby. Let me tell you first. Let
Come
me
on
tell
with
y'all
it.
something about me.
Come on with it.
Alright.
I
Come
have
on.
a street ministry. Let me tell you something about me. I have
Come
a
on.
street ministry.
Okay.
So I've been in church all my life. My grandmother, my mama was a prayer warrior, so that's all I saw at a young age. My mama was in and out of jail. My
Right.
mama was a prayer warrior, and she was a gangster.
Right.
So you decide what side you gonna get from her.
Right.
But a lot of people really didn't know her for that side until she went to jail. So when she went to jail, she had a ministry where she had a lot of young women that was coming to jail. And she was able to minister to those women. She was able to give those women a word, encourage those women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And young girls, real young girls. But when she's home from jail,
Right.
she still empower and encourage us and pray with her children. But when she in the world, it's a whole different ball game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she still know that word and walk by that word.
Right.
So you can't say who can't know the word. You heard me? You can't say who, listen to me good. You can't say who don't know the word or who can't say the word. And you don't have to be in
Get
church.
him, Black.
I don't listen to
No,
this.
I don't know,
Listen, because I'm tired of people. I want to just straighten this out right now.
Come on
Just
with
tired
it.
of people
That's what
always
I'm
talking
talking
about
about. Come on
church,
with
church,
it.
church.
Come on.
We are the church.
Come on with it.
We are the church right here. We the church.
Come on
Us.
with it.
We the church.
Come on
We're
with it.
walking words. Walking words. So the church don't make or break me. I'm not
Right.
gonna even must sit here and say nothing about the church, because I don't want kind of down these people. But I don't really too much do. I don't really mess with the four walls.
Right.
I'm open and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So all my life, if you was really connected to me, I've been ministering to killers. I've been ministering to
Fact.
drug dealers
Fact.
in my
Right.
own way.
That's fact.
Right? So now since the world know me as a rapper and they learning another
How
side
hard
of
that
me,
is, though.
I've been having this side of me. He been knowing me for a long time. Big drug dealers been respecting me for a long time, because I always had something different in the Magnolia Housing Development.
Right.
And I can remember doing this saying,
Doing
Keedy,
it.
you always been different. You always had something. You always wanted something. You always strive. You always set boundaries. You always had
Talk your
motives.
story. I mean, y'all
So-
the youngest ones in the project that
Right.
had your own house and was raised
Right.
in like
Right,
your
I mean,
brothers
she,
and
she
sisters.
got it because she said doing it. I mean, you talking
Oh.
about doing who came from out of Pigeon Town?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good doing, all right.
Yeah.
How hard is it, like, though, like, because I know a lot of people see me in the street, right? When I started changing my life, boy, that was the crazy, boy, I'm telling you, that was the craziest shit in the world. Because people start looking at me one way and they start figuring like they knew me as that.
Right.
But then when I start talking about the faith that I had in God and all
But
that, they
people
look at me
have
a
to
different way.
stop that. They'll try to box you in. And one thing I know about people, if you allow them to put you in a box, then that's where you're gonna be at, in a box. We can't allow people to box us in. We can't allow people to set standards and boundaries for us. We have to set standards and boundaries and say, this is what I want and this is what I'm going for. Because sometimes people will put their fear upon you because it's something that they want to do and something that they wanted to try, but they're not confident and not bold enough in doing it. You know, say for instance, like when me and Shorty used to go rap in churches, right? Her daddy, they owned the church when we were real young. The church went down, they didn't have no members. So we formed a choir. Me, Kiki, Yadi, all us. We went got all our friends out the project, we formed a choir. So me and her as being musicians and into music and stuff like that. So we was like the head of the choir. But when that didn't work, we still traveled to different churches on our own. But when Shorty saw certain people in the audience, she would not get up and rap for God. Because she was concerned about what people have to say. She wasn't more confident about what she was doing. Because people say, but I'm more bold. I'm more confident. So I don't care what people say. Eventually people gonna see what I'm doing and then they gonna start understanding. You know what I'm saying? So even some people, they have faith, but they're scared to talk about it because people are boxing in and say X, Y, and Z about them. But we have to stop allowing other people's fears and things that other people don't understand to stop us from being who we are. You know, so they have a saying that say, don't hide yourself, show your true colors and show who you are. Now if the people don't, you know, that they can't get immune to that or they can't connect with you on that level, they're not your people. So we got to understand who our people are. Everybody not our people.
And everybody don't have those kind of attitudes. Like, we different like everything. Because I know I've been in church a long time, right? But I ain't never really talked about it in no music until I lost my mom and my dad. Then I started talking about it in music. But till then, like, I ain't think people even want to hear that side because they were so into the side that I was. So, like, but I started thinking, like, as in music, I got to give them the complete me. But that shit was something different. Like, I'm telling you. It was different as an artist because as an artist, I was like, some of these street niggas not gonna want to accept
religion.
Exactly, right? But I'm different though. It comes to a point with me to where
But when they go to jail.
Sure, but what is religion?
But when they go to jail,
No.
who they be crying to? Who they be praying for? God, give me another chance. They be all in busting. I done went to Angola to jail. I done went to Angola to jail. But there's a high percentage that prays and cries out to God.
Yeah,
and let me tell you something, you don't even have to see them do that.
If you play with the Lord, he gonna punish you.
See, you look
You
at it
can
that
cry
way.
your way out of jail and say you're gonna do this and that when you go home, but if you don't do this and that, guess where you coming back to? Jail. You lied.
See, they don't understand the punishments.
They say they will. Well, they will. See, when you lie to him, you can lie to anyone else, but you can't lie to him. You can lie to me. You can't lie to him. See, when you pray and he open that door for you, and you don't go do what you do.
But a lot of people go through that. A lot of people, not even inmates, because a lot of us, we're not incarcerated, but we are inmates. Mentally, we are inmates. Mentally. You know, we go through stuff, we are bounded mentally, a lot of us. And some of us, we're not even much our greatest because we're bonded mentally.
But you know, society did that, though. So what you gonna do about that if society try to bind you mentally?
Guess what? We gotta break it.
How, though?
We got how? I don't know
People
how.
are not just gonna let you break them chains.
What you mean?
I mean, society.
You know how many times I was bounded mentally and didn't know how to maneuver?
And then what you did?
It's a mindset.
Right? But did you pray? You prayed.
I prayed all my life. I didn't listen. You can pray all you want, but if you're not putting action with your prayers, it makes no sense. Because listen to this, it's a two-way street. You have God do His side and He do His part. You do your part. You're not gonna sit here and tell me straight prayer. You're gonna have to put in work.
God help them to help themselves.
And that's what we talking about. Action.
You can
I always
say
say
you
this,
want,
right?
but if you ain't trying
Let me
to
tell you
help
what I always
yourself
say.
get out that situation,
People always want
it's not
blessings,
gonna
right?
happen.
And you begging for blessings, but you don't do nothing for God.
Nobody.
Like,
Come on,
how
sir.
you gonna get all them blessings?
Come on.
You look at people.
Make no
and,
sacrifices.
like, it'll be people who've been in church their whole life, right? And you wonder why their life ain't changed.
You know what I just told somebody last night?
What you say that again, son?
It'll be people who've been in church their whole life and you wonder why
That's
things don't
good.
change.
Want me to tell you something?
They're
Somebody
doing
told
the
me
same
last
shit in the
night.
streets.
Because you can't lie to God, but you can't. I just keep telling you can't. When He know what you, when you straight up with Him, He gonna be straight up with you. That's just simple. Now you can let people manipulate you or how to believe in worshiping Him and doing all that foolishness. That's on you.
I'm saying this as in
But-
this, right?
but-
People take this as in blessings. People think just because you go to church and you believe in God, you're gonna get blessings.
You was
That's not
blessed
how it goes.
But you was blessed when you was born.
You got your blessings
Marcelo.
already. That shit, the
Marcelo,
blessing that
was
you
blessed
got
when you
gave
was
to.
born. You believe in the Bible? Do you believe in the Bible?
Oh, you talking to him?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you.
I-
I know
I-
she in church. I know.
I grew up on it.
You
Okay,
keep saying
then.
she in church and I keep telling you I'm in my house with
See?
you. You missing what I'm
See,
telling
you
you.
keep trying to push shit.
You missing what I'm telling you. I am the church. Because I keep telling you keep doing church.
You gotta walk like that.
I'm the church. The
You
first
gotta walk
ministry
like
starts
that.
in my house with me and
You
my
gotta walk
children.
like that. That's fact.
Then with everybody else that I come in contact with that's willing to receive.
I never disputed that though.
But you keep telling me that I'm in church. You keep saying that.
I understand why you like that because sometimes, like when people put you so far in the church, it take you away from everything else. So when people say you're in the church, it means like you can't do nothing else. How?
But that's what everybody believes.
That's not how the game. Say this is a new generation. We don't do that. In this generation, we don't do that.
You can't be.
This is all I'm gonna tell you. This. Listen to this and listen
right.
to me, Goldie. You just said something about people that have been in church all their lives
And expect blessings.
and expect blessings, right? Some of them have never received no blessings and they're staying in the same places they was in for years, but they steady hollering hallelujah, glory, God, and all this and all. They ain't acting as if they're perfect, right?
They call
So
hypocrites.
we just was talking and was having a conversation last night. I forgot who I was talking to, but a conversation went forward last night. And I can remember saying that anointing is an anointing. God is not in the respect of a person. He's not in the respect of a person. God could use the person that's behind his camera. God could use you. He could use him. You know, God could use anybody, whoever he decides to use. A straight sinner, whoever he decides. He have no picks and chooses of whoever he uses. He have none because none of us are perfect, right? So my thing is this. I'm a rapper. You know how my music go. I haven't been writing that type of music, but you know how my music go, right? So I'm on the stage. Listen, I'm on the stage, been rapping this music for over 10 years. But I am anointed. I have anointing that cannot be denied. I hear from God clearly. And it's many years I have been going in the club and praying with people in the corner before going to rap this type of music. A lot of people, some people come against my music and me doing ministry or whatever. Now listen to this. But they go to churches.
Come on with it.
And they have their pastors that don't have nowhere near the powerful anointing that I have.
And they talk that.
Right? But they believe in their pastor that don't have no anointing, that's not really connected to God. Just because they sit in a certain position and they hold a certain title, they have a higher respect for this person, but God is not in respect of a person. So now we have the healing circle, which is not a church, but is my ministry. People is coming to the healing circle and they're coming out what? Delivered. They're coming out what? Healed. Reset minds. Women lives is changing. And I am not a pastor. But the anointing that's upon my life is evidence is right there to show you that God is not in the respect of a person. The evidence is real. Man, you done had conversations and I done did something and
let's talk.
You hear me?
Fact.
I done prayed with men. One of my friends been in jail, went to jail, have a 20-year sentence. 20-year sentence. Listen, one of my friends have a 20-year sentence, right? This boy just texted me and told me, look, I'm going to parole. I'm going up for parole. I'm sending you the information just in case you want to be in a room and speak. I prayed before I went on there. He only served, about 5-6 years? I got on there and spoke before I prayed. I spoke to God, asked God for whatever it is that I wanted on his behalf. Went on that live, talked to them people on a Zoom call. And guess what? He about to come home. This boy is about to come home.
People don't see that though.
I have been praying with this boy the whole sentence, being there on his behalf, encouraging him, pushing him, molding him. But guess what? This boy's about to come home. The lady sit on there and she looked at him and said, she said, when I first got on here, I already knew I was going to decline him. She said, but something in my heart. My prayer was God touch their hearts and their minds, reset their minds on his behalf. God, give them an answer that cannot be denied. Well, he cannot be denied. Give him access, full access to freedom. And guess what? They wanted to put him into some kind of little group thing when he get out. They said that he free, straight free. All he got to do is report to you heard me, he don't got to do no meetings, no none of that, woo-de-woo, whatever. Then got him a job. Everything is just lining up. Who are you connected to? Is the anointing for real? Is that really connected to God? I could really be in sin right now doing something that I know that I ain't had no business doing. But I promise you I won't run like Adam and Eve. The Bible tells us when Adam and Eve know that they sinned and they know they did something wrong, what they did?
It was a shame.
They try to hide. And see, that's the thing that a lot of us do. We try to hide from God and we try to run from God. But the thing about it is how you going to hide from God and how you going to run from God. So the best thing for us to do is go to God even in sin because God is a what? Forgiving God. He's a loving God.
You only run to him when it's bad. You don't run to him when it's good.
Run from him.
But how could you hide from him when he created you?
But a lot of people think they can do
You
that
don't
though.
think like you.
I used to be like that.
You
With a
think-
mindset
I used to
of
be that way too.
right. I used to be that way.
Man,
Say, bro, only atheists think like
Man, I really thought I was tricking God when I was going to church on Sundays and going. I'm telling you what I thought. I'm just telling you my
Punish you,
mindset.
huh?
Everybody have different
I'm just- oh, I had to
mindsets.
get my-
Until he punished you.
He had to get my mind right though.
Okay.
Nobody else
I
can get
just
my
said
mind
until he
right.
punished
You
you.
wanted you asked the questions and you said you wanted to know how, right? So check
Yeah.
this out. I lost my mom and my daddy 9 months apart. Man, homie was talking, we chopping it, right? One thing she told me and I never forgot. She said, if you're gonna worry about it, don't pray. If you're gonna pray about it, don't worry. I ain't never had no, like I always felt like I was close to God, right? But I ain't never put nothing in his hands and just be like, it is what it is. I started doing that. That changed a whole lot because it took a lot of burdens off me. Because I used to be so worried about like as in the thing that I had to handle, right? Then I had to start saying, look, I got faith, and trust me, when I tell you I got faith, I got a different kind of faith.
Well, my question to you though, bro, and I ain't trying to be facetious.
Come on.
You say you lost your mom and your dad at 9 months apart, and you ain't think that was in God's plan?
At that time, hell no. I was mad as God. I'm just telling boy, you think, boy, you put up, boy, I was mad.
But that just
You
like-
want me to lie to you or you want me to tell you the
But
truth?
I mean, you his
Boy, I
child.
was mad.
No, but listen, you his child. When you take something from your child, what they do? They get
See,
mad,
you can
huh?
say that because you're talking about your growth. I wasn't your
Okay,
age
right.
then. Boy, I was
Right.
mad.
Everybody on
I don't know
different
how you
levels.
felt. 'Cause
Boy, I just told you,
Everybody
boy,
on different
I
levels.
was
Everybody
mad.
faith on different levels. Everybody mindset on different levels.
Oh,
Me and you could be
man.
sitting right here and we could be looking right there, but we have different perspectives.
Fact.
He could look and say, well, I see a white t-shirt. And I probably could say something else, what I see. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're in the same building on the same level don't mean you have the same views or mindset.
I think what happened with us is like some people will have growth, right? So they'll expect everybody to get it like they get it.
No, man, cut it out.
I'm telling you, whoa, because that's what it'll be. Because you'll preach that like, yeah. Sometimes it'll be like, people will say something, you'll be like, I don't even know how you could think that, because you're not thinking about as in you being in that predicament at that time, of being at that age.
I just kind of.
We ain't always been this smart.
I just kind of learned at an early age that you gonna die someday. Now, what you do in between when you living and you die, hey, it is what it is. But you got to go,
Everybody ain't like that.
and you ain't gonna know what date when it's coming. It's coming though.
have
So
a-
you can't get away from that.
You got a different mindset.
He really do.
You right, and he don't get it though.
He
But that's why
should.
he say he different. He's straight.
understand. It's
He's
inevitable.
straight. He walk one straight line.
Why should you feel?
Oh, he walk one
inevitable?
straight line, right?
I don't know no nigga, no billionaire say he bought a new life. I don't know no.
I'm gonna tell you this. You change your minds, you change your life. I don't care what you say. You change your circle,
I agree.
you change your life.
I
I don't
agree.
care what you say.
I agree.
My mindset was on a whole nother level. My mindset was my brother was the worst nigga in New Orleans, period. I don't even much think they had another nigga that could touch him. You heard me? And my mindset was play with him, you play with me. He died, you die. That was my mindset.
You was his big sister.
Swore I was gonna put that
Raised
bitch on
him,
your
I
head.
watched her. She
Wherever
raised
you
him,
wanted
though.
that sword,
She
wherever I
raised
felt
him,
like
though.
putting
You were
it,
gonna
that's where it was
protect him
gonna go.
because you was more like a mother telling to
Like a dog, I'm telling you this.
That's understandable.
See,
I'm telling you this.
what I see is I know how you come up.
I'm telling you
like
this.
I watched this. Like I watched you and your sister raise everything else. And then at the same time, I watch y'all be some of the first people that I saw in that project go get real businesses for yourself.
For years.
So it's a different ball game of it, but to see a motherfucker come from the real ground of it, the real dirt of it, to build like that shit don't always happen.
No, it don't.
Nowhere near. Well, so when you see those kind of people, it's something special about them.
Right.
So as in, I ain't never been no person to judge, right? After I became comfortable with myself, because the first thing I had to do was become comfortable with myself and stop worrying about other people. Once I became comfortable, I'm telling you, once I became,
start worrying about other
I did,
people,
because
right?
as soon as something go wrong with somebody else, like I push it off on me, I'd have so much bad things to say about it. It was because I wasn't comfortable with me.
Right.
Once I became comfortable with me, I stopped having so many opinions. And if I wasn't trying to help them, I ain't have a lot to say about it. But
Right.
what it made me do was, it made me see the diamonds in the rough. Because I started seeing the people who was going through the shit that I was going through, or worse thing that I was going through, and I was like, damn, they still got that kind of faith, like
Right.
something going on with me. If we
Right.
still around after all these times, after all the shit that we've been through, right? If we still around, this ain't right. We don't do this. This shit not no luck.
Right.
We ain't around for no luck. All the
Take
shit that we
skill,
seen. Say you
Take
can say it
skill.
takes skill. I say, man, I got faith.
It take,
Like,
I
you
mean, all that come with
Say
that though, bro.
sometimes even with the skill, if we gonna say skill, there been times where I was outmanned, outgunned.
Say, man, listen, bro.
Skill ain't had nothing to do with it.
measured on 4 equal poles, bro. Skill, knowledge, nerve, and luck.
Ain't no such
So-
thing as no luck. I ain't here by luck.
Yeah,
Trust
it
me.
ain't.
Ain't no luck with this.
I don't like luck.
Well,
I really don't care
I ain't
for
lucked up on
I
this.
believe
what
it,
you
dog.
call luck, I call faith.
No, that's I call
I'm just
it
telling
luck.
you.
Like
Ah.
when I got shot up, like the doctor said, what his bullet hit me at,
Uh-huh.
it was supposed to hit me in the arm. But he said look like an angel, you know, just made it bypass everything and lies in your back. But you know, I was kind of made what he was telling me.
Nigga hit me in my neck and I laid down and played dead.
But
I ain't
I'm
moved till I
saying-
heard the
that's what I'm
ambulance.
saying though. We talking about how he said the bullet just missed vital organs. That had to be luck.
Nah.
That wasn't fate.
Nah, bro.
Okay then.
I mean, we just you
All right,
you
then.
stand on things. We see things different.
Listen to this. I know that's your partner. I
Say
know
my
y'all-
dog, my OG.
How often y'all do this?
We always do it.
But you can't. You're not gonna win.
Say I know I don't fight it. I don't fight
You're not
it.
gonna
Listen,
do that.
one thing I understand about him
One
is
thing about it,
he
could
fight
go
for
all
right,
night.
but he gonna go. Oh, he
could
not
go.
gonna lose.
Oh, he could go. Oh, he
What?
get the tacos. What at? He could go.
Right, Chef.
Say,
Oh, he could go.
any episode you always will see him, he gonna give it. It's just because he fighting for the right reason, but he stand on one way. Like we understand because we walk it, we still relate to the youngsters. You know what he be telling you about the youngsters? All you gotta do is beat one of them little niggas up. I said, you can't do them all. Like, look,
I say,
look.
see,
What
some
you
of them-
say?
I
Look,
see some
look.
of them to do it.
See?
Not all.
Not all of them. You gonna get shot at.
I'm-
You gonna get
I'm-
innocent
I'm
people
not
shot
worried
up.
about
See,
it.
he don't kill 'em.
Fuck it, I mean, worried
See, he
about
will.
it.
See, he'll die behind it.
That ain't-
Like
ain't-
I'm just telling you, that's how.
Anybody can pull a trigger. That
But
don't
listen,
make me
right.
mad because you put no fucking trigger.
He kept me alive, so now I keep him alive. I'm not about to let him do nothing stupid.
I kept you alive. What
Oh, you
mean?
did. I learned a lot from you, my G. You see, you ain't gonna say that because you're not gonna give yourself that credit.
Man, you was keeping yourself alive before you.
You
did.
gonna say that, but I'm gonna tell you, I saw a lot of shit that you did.
I just opened your eyes to a lot of shit around.
Alright,
you.
opening my eyes was
Wise
enough
you
to
up.
teach me.
Yeah, me and wise you up to some things, bro.
My
That's what I
OG.
supposed to do if I fuck with you.
See what we go do with the OGs, huh?
She don't believe that. I thought she just sitting there looking at it.
I'm just looking at you. I'm just trying to figure it
Tell us
out.
about this book, man. I see you
I'm
got
just
some
trying to-
books. I see you got some books on the table. What's going on with these books?
So you gonna believe what I'm about to tell you about these books?
I don't know, depending on what
Say,
step.
he need to come to the prayer circle. I'm gonna
So-
bring it. I'm gonna drive him all. You got a
No,
men's
we
prayer
not gonna
circle too?
disrupt that ladies. We not gonna disrupt
Hold on,
that
after that,
lady.
you got a men's prayer circle
Come on,
too?
bro. We
All
not
right,
gonna
we
disrupt.
coming.
We
We
not
not go
gonna
ahead.
disrupt the lady.
We going next time.
Come on, bro. Let the lady tell us.
Let me
about
let y'all see. Look, y'all look at him. Look y'all.
it.
Look y'all. Ooh. Come here, me T.
Shit.
The producer, come over here.
T got this. Come on,
You
T.
been want to get on
T
camera.
got
Come
this.
on, T. Get on camera, bro. You been trying to get on camera.
He need to be on camera too.
Yeah,
That's the
he been
executive
doing a
producer.
lot for us, bro.
Let-
He do. He really do.
Shouts out to
He been
Chief
working
right.
since I got here.
Say, but what's the name of that champagne you drinking on too?
Oh, what is this?
Oh, It's a little bro. Billy on or something?
It's a Billy on,
I mean, hey, got a knife and stuff in the
so Billy on.
That's my case.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she all right now. See, she been trying to put me on your people.
I was trying. So, all right. So you want to talk about the books?
Yeah, right. What you
So
got?
this is my first book. I am an
Okay.
author,
Okay,
and this is my second book.
okay,
These books is changing people's lives and mindsets.
okay.
So the title of the book is Empower Her.
Mm-hmm.
Empower Her, right?
And that's the first one, right?
This is the first one. The first one is the pink one. And the title of the book is Empower Her. The title of the book is Empower Her because this is what empowered me. I am her.
Okay.
So this book is for any man that's in his room, young boy, young
Oh,
girl.
that's for us,
Yes.
Grandpa? Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
So let her tell us about it. So what's in there? What's the plot
So
about?
in the book is affirmations.
What that mean?
Affirmations is very important and is very powerful. So we have, I don't know if you know about the Bible. If you read the Bible, you read the Bible.
He
before?
know a little bit about
I just
everything.
wanna know.
I read it one time.
Okay, you read it one time. So somewhere in the Bible, It tells us
Hold on,
that.
let me ask you a question. You believe everything in the Bible?
I'm gonna tell you this. I grab what works for me.
Okay.
I grab what works for
she's
me,
kinda
and I
smart, bro.
activate.
That's so
Okay.
real, though.
Okay,
That's what I grab.
That's the truth, though.
I grab what works for me,
facts.
and whatever works for me, and if I see it's working, I
Man.
share with my followers, and I share
That's
with people that I'm
facts.
connected to, because I'm expecting it to work for them too. So this book right here
Kinda deep, bro. I didn't expect that answer.
is about affirmations, and affirmations is like our tongue have power.
Right.
The words that we say, we can speak life or death, right? So I believe that, because once upon a time I can remember I used to wake up and say, today not gonna be a good day, man. It's I'm not nothing good not gonna happen for me. I'm not gonna be nobody. I can remember saying these things. I can remember I didn't have a mentor. I was at the age of 14 years old raising my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I had a gun in one hand, drugs in another hand, trying to survive. My mom was in and out of jail, so I had to fend
product of your environment
for
at
those
the time.
children. I had to fend, right? So, and it was challenging for me. I was still in school, trying to stay focused there. Wind up graduating, everything worked out for me, for my good. Romans 8:28, the Bible tells us that for those that love the Lord, that no matter what it looked like, the things He'll turn it around for our good. So I stand on that scripture because the evidence is here that things begin to work around and turn around for my
Right.
good. So I used to say those things when I wake up in the morning. I was never going to be married. I was never going to have children. I used to say all of this stuff about myself. I really didn't think that I was going to even much live. I didn't much think that I was going to have life to even make it to be 2021. Because like I told you, I had the mindset that said, you play with my brother, I'm going to put this bitch on your head.
Right.
Wherever you want it, I'm going to put it there. And that was my mindset, right? So then when I got pregnant with my oldest son, my son just left to go to college. Started running back in
Boy, that nigga play his
Louisiana.
ass off.
Shouts out to
Boy, that
him.
nigga
So,
motherfucker.
I just want to share that with you.
Boy, that nigga
Go to
motherfucker.
college, you said?
So you know my
No.
son is sports agent,
My
huh?
sister.
We gonna holler at you.
Is a
saying,
Delta.
I'm talking about your
My
child.
children, yeah, he's the oldest.
I was just saying my
Shouts
son is
out
sports
to him.
agent.
That's what's up.
We trying to holler at you.
So I get pregnant with my son, right? So still heavy in the streets, selling drugs and all of this. And then my mindset began to shift. So I got back in church heavy, began to read my Bible more, getting back into my word. Still was in the streets, but still in my word. And
You need both, though.
yeah,
When you in
I'm
the streets, you
very
balance.
balanced.
Yeah, you
I'm
need
very
the word when you're in the
balanced.
streets.
Always been balanced all my life. So now at this time, I'm going through this mental change, right?
Okay.
So all of the things that I was saying that wasn't gonna happen and wasn't gonna do now, I'm praying and I'm trying to speak something different. So every time I go to church, it's like the pastor was talking to me like he know my story. So now I'm crying in church and seeking for this change. So now my atmosphere is changing. They had these older girls out the project, Tamika and Keisha, big head Keisha and Tamika. So Tamika took a hold on me, right? So she was in college, going to school to be a lawyer, this and all that. Very smart, wise women out the project.
Right.
And I started hanging with them instead of hanging with the younger girls that I was running with and the guys that I was running with, right? So when I started hanging with them, then I went to enrolling for college. Went to
You get on
Delgado.
the grown woman shit.
Yeah, to be a nurse. Was going to school for nursing and became a certified nursing assistant. Then I became a dialysis technician, and now I'm going for LPN and about to transfer to the RN program.
Right.
So this is where I'm at. My mindset began to change. I'm in church. I'm hanging with positive people. My life is changing. Things is happening. So now I'm speaking great things over my life, right?
Okay.
So I'm speaking great things over my life. And as I go through, I begin to speak those things over my son's life. I began to tell him who he is and what he gonna do and where he gonna be and stuff like that. So when I got pregnant with my last baby, that's when I really got deeper into it. Like stop letting people change the way my attitude is. Because I was pregnant and I want to fight a girl
So
through
you
my
stop letting
pregnancy.
people dictate your
Right,
actions.
right,
All right.
right. Because I wanted to still put them paws down on
Right.
somebody, but then I had to
mean,
tell
you was
myself for
growing,
real.
though. What you
Right.
said was
So
growing.
every level is a level of growth. I just keep growing, keep getting better,
Facts.
keep growing.
Cut
So
something out every
then I
time.
started noticing, I started speaking things into existence, and I started saying, this is what I'm gonna do. Then I started writing it down. I started manifesting. I started writing it down. I said, look, I'm gonna have a car. My car gonna be different. My house, this and all that. I started writing it down. Then I put it in a certain place where nobody know where it's at. Then I keep saying it over and over. Then I start taking the steps to get there to do it. Because you can speak it all you want. But I was believing it. Then I was putting myself in places and positions to receive whatever it was that I was manifesting. So then I started seeing that this really works.
Right.
You know, so we gotta watch what we speak, even over our children. Some people tell their children, you're gonna be just like your father. I never told my son that. My son's father was killed when he was 2 years old. Right before the hurricane, he was murdered. So we had to deal with that, dealing with the hurricane. We was on the top of the roof. Helicopters had to come get us and all that. So we went through some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That traumatized.
So I never could speak to him and tell him, even though he looked like his dad, he have his dad name, and some things that I see that he do like his daddy, I speak against it.
And we talking about the football player?
Right.
All
Oh, he good as a
Right.
motherfucker, too.
So I speak up against it. So I tell him, you a king. You know, I tell him stuff like, you going to the top.
I got one question I can ask you though.
What?
I ain't trying to. When you started doing that, you started believing yourself more. Or
Yes.
You just. I'm saying, was it you just believed in yourself could accomplish it, or just was through the strength of the prayers? Which one it was?
Well, actually, I'm gonna tell you this: the prayers and inspiration. I mean, gospel music was the thing that's always strengthened me because I get weak at times. So people don't think I get weak
Right.
because they look at me like, "Oh, Keedy, let's go always pulling on me. She gonna pray with us. She gonna encourage me. She gonna sponsor help, whatever." But I have my weak moments.
Right.
You know, I have my weak moments, but gospel music and prayer, it helps me. So even when I can't pray for myself, I have some powerful women around me and men that's gonna pray me through. Cause sometimes I get to the point where I can't pray for myself.
Cool.
You know, and they're gonna pray for me and they're gonna get me back where I need to be at.
So it's a mixture of both then.
What you mean?
You believing in yourself and the strength of prayer.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That's what I was
Yes.
saying.
Yes. So you gotta believe in yourself.
Right.
You gotta believe in yourself.
Well, I think that's
So you
wrong.
can speak these affirmations all you want and you don't believe in yourself and you speak, you wasting your time.
But that's where I believe all the strength come from though. When you start
This
believing
gonna
in
help me
yourself.
get a good woman. I'm just asking. I just want to know.
Sally, you had a lot of good women, you just messed up.
Well, I'm trying. I'm different now. I'm walking with God and all that.
It's too late for you.
Boy, who?
Man, it's too late for you.
So
Boy,
you
I never
asking me,
thought of
is this
I ain't
affirmation, this
crazy,
book
man.
of affirmation? So this book actually give you the blueprint
Of what?
of affirmations, daily affirmations,
Okay.
and it tells you
What
how
you speak
often.
in existence then.
Yes, and it tells you how important it is. It tells you. It also have exercises in here, and it tell you I am a conqueror. So you feel like I am a conqueror. What can I conquer? You're gonna write it
The
down.
world.
You're gonna begin to write those things
Oh, I
down.
got me.
Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna write those things down. I can, I must, I will do it.
Right.
What
I
is
dig
it that
it.
you can, you must, you will do? You
Conquer
want to
the
start the
world.
business? What you want to do? Be
Conquer
a better
the world.
person. You know, switch your attitudes. So it have
Conquer the world.
you know different for activities where you can write it down and you go back to it every day and you read
Believe
and you
in
begin to
yourself,
say it
huh?
and you look in the mirror and you begin to speak it into existence.
Say, what is this thing that they talking about that they call like as in, like how it gets us away from, like our mind? We was talking about this today. Like you know how many phone numbers you know on your phone?
None.
See. But I was talking to some old timers today, right? And they were just like, we get away from the basics, as in writing shit down and like living by it and all
Because
that, right?
the world evolving. Your numbers
But
in
what
your
they got to
phone.
do with our brains?
But your numbers in your phone.
So you said we get
I bet
away
you
from
do.
the
Like we're
basics.
so
You remember
into
quick it is, you can call
like
them.
this new shit that's going on.
Right.
We forget about the old shit. Like as in, he just said this, and I'm just gonna tell you from our perspective of it. All right, see, because I'm saying like as in, he said if you go to jail today, who number you gonna call? I say, ooh, whoa.
Right. That's
Bet
true.
you
Because I-
remember it though.
Who number I'm gonna remember?
Soon you look at that phone, you gonna remember them numbers and points.
What number you? I mean, all right, who number you know?
You're not gonna remember.
I bet you
If
when
you
I get back,
already
I
know,
know.
you're not gonna
my
remember.
lawyer number.
G, you know your lawyer number?
No, I don't know full of number, but I look at the phone and remember when I get
No,
back.
you're not.
Shit, boy, I want.
Say that big gonna say Fuller.
I don't even like the smell of it.
I'm glad you're bringing it up
I'm telling you,
because
like, we was talking about that.
This book is it reminds you to do that.
I need that.
This book encourages you to do that. This
Like-
second book.
Give you brain power.
I mean,
No, it
that
don't give you brain
You
power.
gotta think about like the things that we forget because like technology is so fast.
Right.
Technology moves so much it take your brain away from you. You
Right.
you don't have to use your brain. All you gotta do is press mama.
I mean, cause your phone store a lot of shit. That's why, bro.
Man, but you know your mama number. What's your mama number?
504. Man, I'm about.
I'm just saying, you know it,
I
know it, though.
Yeah, I know it.
How long she been having that
I'm gonna
number?
call her second when I can't get in touch with Fuller.
How long she been? How long your mama been having that number?
About, I don't know, about 30 years.
That's why you know it though.
Yeah.
All right, what my
you-
phone number is? Say it if you know it.
What?
What's my phone number?
I don't need to know your phone
See?
number's in my phone.
I'm just that's
I'm
what
not
that's
gonna call
all.
you
All
when
right,
I
thank
go
you.
to jail, so
Go ahead. I
I'm
want
gonna
you to
call you
call me.
afterwards.
I'm just showing you
Once
how
I
it
get a
is in.
few people number.
I'm just showing you how it's in technology.
Man, call that nigga Cello.
Who you gonna tell call me?
My mom. On the freeway. Man, you ain't told that bitch full of yet? What the fuck I'm still doing here? I can't stand this bitch. Trying to run me crazy? No, but listen, this positive and what you was about to say, she said cause the books.
Now I ain't gonna talk. You was talking about you before you came here.
That's fine. I can hold
Nah.
my weight. You know
I said,
that.
I
You
couldn't
know
wait
I
till
can
you
hold
got
my
here.
weight.
Oh, I couldn't wait till you got here.
You know I can hold my weight.
Boom. Talking, but I thought
Watch your
I
mouth.
better say nothing.
Go ahead, Magnolia.
Yeah, cause they,
Hold on, we gonna handle.
behind nobody back.
Hold on,
Hold on. Wait.
We going to the book.
Wait, no, but you before we get to that, you just told the lady I told her.
I told her the truth.
I'm wondering why I can't smoke in here, and she just had a pole at 7140 and was cutting up. Man, it just ain't made
There
no
wasn't
sense.
smoking.
I didn't say nothing bad.
They outside smoking.
But this is the
I chose not to sit and smoke.
Listen, I did this for you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna sit in the studio and smoke
sweats
either.
and chills and everything.
I don't smoke.
But I'm saying
It messes with my vocal cord. I'm a rapper.
You know how people when they go in a diabetic coma and need sugar. Sometimes I get like that, but I'm gonna stick it out for you. I ain't. You told me I ain't talking about you bad or something.
I said you said
So
something
what?
behind
Wait,
her
hold
back.
on. This
It's
is
my
my thing.
dog.
My thing is this. What me having a party at 7140? He have to
Talk,
go
now
to
go,
school.
go.
Sitting here smoking in front of
Go,
me.
let's get to the
He said
point.
we couldn't smoke. Why they smoking 7140? Now, Lion said we don't smoke in that
We
cellar.
do. You say date. We
Okay.
talking about we date.
All right, but I'm just saying they smoking.
We.
People
No, not they. We smoking,
All
China.
right, man. We might be
You
getting
just-
sensitive. Man, my bad.
I'm just
This
saying.
nigga, you got in there right.
Hold on. I'm just saying I had to get to that, though. I had to.
Come on,
Listen,
bro.
I would be
And these
jive and let you
friends,
talk about
why
my
you just
partner
ain't telling
behind
me
her
the
back
truth?
without telling her.
Why you just ain't telling
So
me
how you
that
know I
the
had a party at 7140?
Because
Come on.
listen, I was about to come to your party, but you had your crowd I
couldn't get there.
Yeah, but I was coming to see Wag perform, but then in P-Time over, then you had some other performers. I was like, well, not tonight. I just don't go
He
out
didn't
tonight.
wanna go.
I went in.
No, he didn't. He went back and had that wacko.
Yeah, and I asked him.
I'm just being messy.
And asking what?
I'm just being
No, I
messy.
asked him when I heard about the show and he was performing. I just come back to ask him what's he going to perform.
The biggest
tonight.
thing is this, right? This what he couldn't understand, right? Like, he was like, okay, well, why we can't smoke on the show?
Yeah, we smoke on every other show.
I mean, sure,
We
what
about to
other
have
show
a
you smoke
police
on?
up.
Well,
here,
y'all
we
should have just
smoking
had
on-
me virtual. Why y'all just didn't have me
No, we don't do that.
tap in?
Listen,
Look, you
I'm
see he ain't
sweating it
smoking,
out.
now look.
Look, I'm sweating it out, bro. I ain't
See?
tripping. He don't. He just man. He,
I had to
man,
let her
he
know. I
invested,
could.
man.
I would have been
Man,
wrong for
man,
not to
man.
let her
You
know.
can hear now?
The show would have been more live if I was smoking. Didn't know how to
Can
be
you hear
cut
now?
down. I can't get in my zone, y'all. Shouts out to my favorite tacos.
He need his.
Can you hear now?
Cheese
Come on, come
tacos.
on, come on.
Y'all gotta get them tacos. I'm telling you. Chicken is my favorite.
What, the taco?
Yeah, you know I gotta shout out my favorite people.
Come on, let's get back to this book though.
That's right.
Like, because I was actually, what we was actually talking about.
the book make you
The second
empowered.
book.
Oh, yeah, this empower.
This the second one.
So that one gonna help me get a woman? I'm just, come on.
Tell her just stop lying to the women. You'll be.
I don't lie no more. I don't do that.
That and the people don't believe you though.
That's what I'm saying. I probably
The
lie
women
so
don't
much.
believe.
People don't believe me now.
You
I don't lie
have to
no more.
show. You have to show and tell, bro. Stop trying to use that woman book to get women, bro.
I'm
She
trying
not
to get a
telling you
wife,
how
not
to-
women.
She not telling you how to get women. She trying to teach you how to keep a woman. I'm assuming.
You gotta get one to keep it, right?
Yeah, but you on your own till you get to that stage, and then you just need to be reading this.
All right, well, I'm about to get to that stage. Help me out.
That's the truth, huh? That ain't to help you get a woman. That's to help you keep.
That will help you get it, and then that will help you keep
Well,
it.
first of all, it help you improve yourself. Because,
that help you
because
get it, though.
before you could get with anybody else, we need
You gotta-
self-improvement.
Boom.
And that's what's wrong with a lot of us. We just be ready to jump into relationships and ready to connect with people when we don't have no improvements, when
we
we need
ain't
to get better
fixed.
ourselves.
They be lying a
Right?
lot, right?
So we be bringing all our toxic stuff and dumping it on other people.
We be lying a
The
lot.
baggage.
Yeah, all that extra baggage
We
and
be
stuff
lying
like
a
that.
lot, Shelly.
Yeah.
I'm leaving my baggage at home now. I'm on the
That's
second
that
book.
we be lying a
So
lot,
now,
bro.
you know,
Come on, let's go to the second book. I'm
all
on the
this
second
extra
book.
baggage that we coming with.
When you drop all that off,
Yeah, attitude problems.
say
You know,
things she gonna do
selfishness.
what the other one did and all that.
Hey, bringing old relationships,
Oh, man.
you know, stuff
He don't want to talk
into
about
this
that.
relationship.
Yeah,
No, I'm just saying, I'm a firm believer if you cheat on me, I'ma cheat on you. We can talk about it too. Why you did what you did, because you did what you did.
See why you know?
So
Nah,
so
and we
so
got
I got a
shit.
question for you.
Get him, Black.
So I just have a question for him because a lot of people is like that.
Come on.
So why would you cheat on him? Why you just don't leave?
I used to feel like that. I don't do that no more.
It feels so
Ooh, I
good.
don't do that no more.
It feels so
See, I used to
good.
feel like that,
it
though.
feels so good to look you in the morning. You be looking like you cheated on. Yeah, bitch, I cheated. You cheated. I cheated. Now where
Right.
we go from
Well,
there?
I like that though. I like it though.
I mean,
I like it though.
Not me.
But then at this point, it's not
Man.
even much cheating.
Boy, I'm not doing that shit no more.
You know, at this point, it's not cheating.
Ain't no
I'm not doing
sisters
that.
lying.
Get out.
Okay. Then.
I'm getting out. Boy, I'm not doing that
Why?
no more.
Cause she cheated.
I mean, if we gonna
I
play
mean,
that game, then
right,
we might as
I
well,
mean,
you
it's
might as well go by your house.
You might as well have an open
That's what I'm
relationship.
saying. Go home.
Listen,
Straight
bro,
up.
It's not about an open relationship. It's just about
What is it about?
You did some dumb shit and I punish you for it.
Let me let these people look at you.
You
saying.
did.
I'm
Wait.
telling you the truth. You
What
did
you
some
said?
dumb shit and I punish you
What-
for it.
So they cheat on you, you cheat on them.
Back. That's
Yeah.
called
So you a
even
cheater.
Steven. It's called even Steven. We
So
playing
you a
the game.
cheater.
I
We
used to.
playing.
Oh,
No,
I used
I'm
to
not
do
a
that
cheater.
shit.
Listen what I'm saying.
That shit disgusting. That
If
shit
you
is a
cheat on
headache.
me, I'ma cheat on
How
you.
long y'all gonna go back and forth?
As long as it takes
Boy, that shit a
somebody
headache.
to stop cheating.
Boy, you got me fucked up.
It's gonna be on. We
Ooh.
gonna say, but this is listen. But
You in a
this-
relationship right now?
Yeah.
You cheating?
No. But if she cheat, I would. I don't give a fuck if she don't like it or not. I don't want to hear nothing. You ain't no business doing what you did.
But what
Straight
if,
up.
what if you heard she cheating? You don't know for sure. She
Man,
cheating.
I'm not in all that guessing and shit. I'ma catch you.
See?
I'ma catch you sooner or later.
See?
Boy, when I catch you.
And you gonna get her back.
Look, like them supposed to do for the penitentiary, the floodgates shut open.
And then you gonna go home and live with her.
I'm supposed
Man,
to. Did she just
boy, you
do
get
that?
the fuck out
Listen,
shit.
hold on.
I'm just saying.
Did she just do that?
Two rights.
See, but this what
Two-
this
Two wrongs
what
don't
I
make a
just-
right
that
though.
shit though.
This what I
Boy, I used to-
Two wrongs don't
Why-
make a right. Two
Who I
wrongs don't
used to
make
do
a
that
right.
shit?
We're not trying to make shit right. We trying to get understanding. We
For
trying
what?
to get understanding.
Man,
if
I don't
you
need no-
cheat, If you cheat, I'ma cheat. But you ain't gonna like the way I cheat.
Why you wanna understand it with somebody that you're not gonna be with?
Man, sometimes shit happens,
Man,
Shallow. Come
boy,
on, bro.
look, boy,
Shit, what I hate about dude, we don't like to miss shit. We go to the club and
That was
see a
then.
bro. We don't be listen though. I'm just saying we don't be intentionally trying to knock no broad off. But if she nice and she talking right, shit happens. But then you gonna get mad if your girl pull that shit off. Why you pulled it off first? See, I was a cheater. I know how the game go. Simple,
I changed, brother.
huh?
I changed.
Well, you had to change. You've been on the streets. I had a reason to change. You know, I got.
We're not gonna
The thinking, the mentality had to change.
say you got 2 more books. The next 2 books you write, we gonna give them to that nigga
Look at
first.
your crazy.
Oh, I'm just telling you.
They
You
don't
gotta
like
get
that
these two
real,
first.
bro.
Man, we need like. We need
I
10
am
of
a
them.
book, man.
We need
I
5 of these,
got
5 of
'em
these.
on
We
deck.
got you. We
On
got
If I
you.
deck.
had to
We got
collaborate with you on a book, I am
Say-
a book.
You,
I could teach fellas how to lay there and just be cool and don't let shit
boy,
bother
y'all
them.
two can't collaborate on no book. Y'all
Why?
gonna, boy. All right, I can't. All right.
No,
come
I'm
on,
gonna tell
do it.
niggas how to handle shit. Say like this shit. We walked in the house and your wife was cheating with another man. What you do?
I'm gonna walk the fuck out there.
Without getting your shit first?
I get it. I might
No,
get
you
my.
don't
It
need
matters
all
how
this shit
you say
now.
my wife, so
I
it's
don't
different,
need
right?
to come. Listen, yeah, your wife.
All right.
I don't need to come back. Somebody will listen, bro. Don't stop doing. Let me get all my shit.
I agree.
And go.
I'd say
that's all
I
you supposed to
100%
do.
agree though.
You know supposed
I
to
agree.
kill her or him.
Boy, I'm not
so
doing
when
that.
you go sit in the
Boy, I'm
chair,
not about to blow- boy,
you know
no,
what you gonna be
indeed I'm not
saying?
about
I shouldn't have did that.
That's
I've
not
been
gonna
around niggas grinding like that.
Say if 15 years ago I probably thought like that.
But you was
Now, boy, I'm about to get the garbage bag. You know the one that smells
But
good
15
too.
years ago, you were cheating on a lot of women too, though.
You
So,
talking
so
about
why
now?
you can't accept what you was doing?
Man, write him a book, please. I'm serious, cause I'm sick of
Nigga
him.
don't
'Cause
understand life, man.
he
Me and him
negotiate
gonna do.
his
Me
own
and him
life.
gonna
Write
do
him a book.
You
audio.
can build. You
Say
can
y'all
build.
better do something.
Me and him
Bro,
gonna do an audio
You
book.
never go
Man.
backwards. You go
Cause
forward.
I need them to
You-
hear his voice.
You can build some
Say it,
big old
because,
shit, bro. With
like,
the right.
Some motherfuckers really think like I used to think like that. I was fucked up. I know what Sue talking about when Sue say you fucked up. Oh boy, when it comes to that boy, you fucked up. Oh, yeah, you fucked up. Boy.
About what?
About that shit with the relationship. What you doing?
What about it?
You gonna play cheat for cheat?
Man, like a dog, man.
Boy, I'm so sick of playing checker than chess.
Hey, say, bro. You might not be planning for the long. She might meet a nigga that gonna take away from you, and that's his problem then.
Right, that's how they go, for real.
You're supposed to say adios.
For real, that's right.
I don't done everything under the sun with this woman.
What you think I'm gonna be around all that time?
Listen what I'm about to tell you, Shelly. I done everything under the sun with this woman.
I understand.
And you think I'm caring about what you about to come? Adios.
I'm just saying you can
It's
still...
on to the next woman, but you might meet somebody you ain't got to be asking about the booking. Nigga, that's crazy, bro.
I'm
Now,
just
that
saying...
makes sense?
I wouldn't go through that. That's just me.
Yeah, you probably about would have shot one of the women, bro.
No, I wouldn't. I'd have went home.
You look like you love her.
I do. That's why I'd have went the fuck home. Before I fucked myself up.
For what, though? But that's how shit go.
Say, well,
You
listen.
can't expect to, this is Cello, you can't expect, and this for you too, kid. Y'all can't expect to do shit and get away with it and
Then
don't
that-
expect that shit to come back to you.
I've been there, done that, so I don't accept nothing. Like, if you start doing
heard
that
it, huh?
bullshit, I'm going to go home.
You heard it, huh?
Yeah, it did.
You wanted to kill that woman, huh? You were this close, huh?
Nah, I was this close.
See?
But that'll...
That
But
nigga would have
as
said something out the wrong way, you'd have blew both of the brains.
I'd have fucked... Ooh,
Okay, then.
I'm being real with you, but that was
That
then.
nigga would have been sending you fan mail up there.
As-
It wouldn't
as my
have been
bro-
no limit in
As
tough guy.
my growth now, I feel that nigga tank up
That
to
nigga
get his
been
ass
up there,
home.
they'd have been calling that
And
nigga
I'll
cry
pack my
guy.
shit and get the fuck
I
on out
shouldn't
there.
have
Like,
did
it's
it, bro.
just a difference when it comes
I
to growth.
shouldn't have did it. Yeah, but you would have been a tough guy. You'd have been a cry guy.
Crying well. I ain't gonna cry no penitentiary. Once I get to
Not
penitentiary,
like
it is
that,
what
but
it
you'd
is.
have been crying like I shouldn't have did it. And a nigga like me that came along and said, why the fuck you did it then? See?
He need a
Don't
book.
that make sense?
He need a book.
She quiet. She
Write
don't
a
know
book
what
for
to
him,
say
please.
now.
Can you write him a book? Just one.
Keedy
Just
don't
for
got
him.
quiet.
Audio,
No, for what?
because I need them to hear your voice.
For what?
They gotta hear it, they gotta feel it.
You know what, man? I'm not trying to mess with them people. Now you better leave. You better do what you're doing. I ain't trying to mess nothing for you. I'm gonna read your book though.
Okay.
Sure, I'm gonna just read it and see what you really, you know.
You gotta buy it to read it.
I buy that, man.
Okay.
Oh, that nigga don't. Oh, he don't mind. That nigga don't mind spending no money.
Man, I ain't.
That
They,
motherfucker. I'm just saying. Oh, all right, I'm gonna leave it alone. Come on, let's get back. See, how many of these you
Right, that's
buying?
one nigga to tell,
Hold on, how
bro.
many of these you buying?
I just one person.
Nah, I'm
I
just saying,
read
no.
this.
You need to get these bitches away, brother.
For what?
Cause you need to put some young niggas on some game.
No, I just want to see what what she really saying in the book. She gave me the perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see how the power of the tongue really works. Cause I don't believe in that.
You don't believe in the power.
I just believe it's destiny. When you was born, whatever day you came in this world, they got a date for you to leave out. Now you choose. That's why you got free will to do what you gonna do in that shorter time or that longer period of time or how many years. You gotta do whatever you gotta do.
So you don't think that a lot of people that's in the grave today put themselves in situations and put themselves in places where they shouldn't be in because of a decision that they have made?
It was their destiny.
I don't agree with that neither.
Life is about decisions.
That was their destiny.
Life is about decisions.
I agree.
Life is about
Okay, then.
decisions.
All right.
It's all about decisions.
See, I tell you, I used to think like that too. till I
You know
met
what?
you.
Who he
Life
think
is all
like? You
about
know who he
decisions.
think like?
No, I'm just
Like
saying.
our grandmothers and shit. Like he cut from that. Like as in they just so straightforward.
But you know what? A lot of them, their mind already be made up.
Oh, that's
and
him.
you can't change their mind.
No,
I'm just
So,
telling you,
you
you
know,
gonna argue. Didn't you just say we argue with him all day?
No, I'm just
Here you
saying.
go, watch.
Let me show you a point. So,
Watch this.
When I was small, I didn't think 18 was a long period of time to live. Because the shit I was doing, I had everybody telling me before you 18, you gonna be dead.
Mindset.
So I'm gonna do a lot of shit until I'm gonna have me fun.
You
until
running that
age.
shit, you gonna bring it up till you
Yeah.
18, see?
But when that 18th time came,
And you passed it.
I was still here.
Okay.
So not grandma and uncle and pa.
But what about all that shit you ran up when you was
But-
getting to the
shit,
18?
But that's why I'm telling you it's destiny. Because a lot of shit I did, I don't supposed to be here. I got the scars on my body to prove it. But I'm here for a reason. So it's destiny. It's not me. God, you know, he control what I keep telling y'all, but y'all nigga play that shit and you can pray this and do this and do. Man, you got a date to live and you got a date to die.
And you think that's just like written?
It's written.
I don't agree.
It's already, the only thing you can rush it is by disrespecting your parents. See when niggas start calling their mama bitches and hoes and stealing from them and, you know, fucking over their parents, well, God cut their days shorter. You run into a nigga like me, or a nigga in the street that really living like that and your time is expired. But you cut your days shorter because you disrespected your parents. That's where the respect started at. Just think about it, bro.
So what about people who don't have no parents? Or the
What you
parents
mean?
not
You
there?
got to have parents. What you talking
The
about?
parents not
People
there.
that's in fault, it got what raised by foster kids. I mean, you was in a foster home or something. What
How
you
it
mean? 'Cause
go, like-
everybody got parents.
I mean,
You know,
we'll,
they might not be there, but they got parents.
we'll have parents, right? Like, we both have respect for our parents, right? But most of the times, it comes to a point to where we raised ourselves and we raised a lot of our siblings, right? So, as in, that shit just don't add up. It add up a different way, well.
That was your destiny, though, bro. You still here, huh? You still here, huh? And all that turmoil and all that shit you was going through and all that abandonment and all, you still here, huh?
Oh, that nigga needs your prayer circle.
There you go.
I'm just telling you.
All right, bro. You can pray for me. If you think it gonna help, pray for me, bro.
He need to be a prayer warrior.
For what? Who I'ma pray to? Who I'ma pray to, God? What I'ma tell you? All my problems? That man ain't got enough problems, bro.
I'm just showing you as in like that's that old school way of
I'm
thinking.
just asking you, bro.
That's the old school way of thinking. We different.
I'm just curious, though. But what you
You stone faced like a motherfucker black face. I'm just showing you the way their way of thinking.
What I'm supposed to do? Pray all my problems?
You don't
to
have no
God, ain't
OGs
gonna
like that?
solve 'em?
You don't have no OGs like
I ain't
that?
gonna solve none of my problems, bro.
You lucky.
Say I ain't gonna solve none of my problems, bro. I'm just give all the problems to the man. You don't think he got enough on his plate? You don't think he got enough on his plate? Oh my God.
See, let me tell you what he's looking at it as. And this the thing it is, right? Remember when we were just talking about like as in like people always want blessings, but they don't do nothing, right? That's what he's talking about. And it probably don't seem like that, but I'm telling you as in
That's exactly what
I'm telling you what it is. He like motherfuckers always want something, but they don't want to do nothing.
So he ain't
Everybody
gonna ask
want-
for nothing because he know he ain't doing nothing for whatever he asks for. That what you saying?
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that then he's so
You could
strict
ask me that
on.
question. He can't answer mine.
Go ahead.
I'm asking him, is that what he talking about? So
Okay,
I
she
don't.
right.
I ain't trying
She
to ask
right.
you no question. I'm
She
asking
right.
him what he's talking
Right.
about.
I don't think that.
I know who to talk to and when to talk and where to throw it at.
Stop it now. Stop playing this Magnolia
No,
over
she
here,
right.
playboy.
She told you
All
right.
right.
bro. Answer the lady question, cause I'm.
I don't
curious
think
to
as
hear
in
you.
is that right. He just he like I know this from like a lot of older niggas that I fuck with, right? They always be on some straightforward shit, and I be like, whoa, that shit not gonna work for these young niggas. Like they be like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, nigga. This shit gonna get you killed because of old niggas used to tell me when I started this OG shit. Old niggas used to tell me you gonna get yourself killed because you already survived something. You gotta go back in there to help these young niggas, right?
Right.
I used to be like, I don't feel like that. You'd be like, you gotta step into something that you won't help. They did not get that. Like, it took them niggas years to get that. Now I go around them and they understand it.
So that goes back to what I was telling you earlier, when I was saying about something that you want to do, and you tell somebody else about it, but they're not confident in it because they fear to go back to getting into it, so they'll try to talk you out of it.
Fact.
But when you're confident and you're bold in it, then you still go forward, and when you go forward, then they begin to understand it. But if you allow them to talk you out of it, then it'll never happen. But if you go forward and show them and show the evidence that look it's possible, then now they respect it. So
Crazy.
that's exactly what I was telling
The
you.
crazy shit about that is sometimes you gotta have more faith in yourself around the people who you really fuck with than having faith in yourself around people who don't know. Because I had to show niggas around me like, as in, this what I'm rolling on.
Yeah.
Like, y'all gonna figure it out.
Because they'll
I know
try to
this.
talk you out of it.
They was trying to talk me out to save me though. Like them niggas really thought they would save me. Them niggas like, man, don't do that stupid ass shit, man. You already survived that shit. Don't do it. I understand where they was at because they saw so many niggas crash out.
Right.
But I'm like, them niggas crashed out. That dude wasn't street. He was telling them dudes something. He wasn't really living that. But they wasn't looking at it like that. They like, man, you survived that shit. Let that shit go. But I was like, I got kids and all that kind of shit that's coming up within that, right? This what I thought about. And this what really got me on that OG shit. I was like, picture my son getting into it with a motherfucker son who I come up with, right? and them having a squabble and him killing him. Talk to T.
That's you?
T.
On that picture right there?
Yeah, that's
All right.
But I was like, picture my son fucking over a motherfucker son who I really genuinely
But that happens. That's been happening a
That's
lot.
our fault.
I feel like that too.
That's why I got
feel
on
like
that OG
too.
shit. That's why I was like,
I feel
I
like
don't
that too.
I don't cut no corners on.
I
I
feel
don't
like
give a
that
fuck
too.
who them little dudes said if they reach.
Who fault it was, Shelly?
That's what our fault.
Oh,
That's
no, it
yeah,
is.
no.
It
Ain't
is.
no way in the world
It is.
my kids ain't supposed to know your
It
kids.
is.
That's
That ain't
right.
their fault, that's our fault.
There you go.
But I start seeing that shit happen, I'm like, oh no, we can't allow this shit to happen. And we was allowing it to happen. So motherfuckers was so busy talking about, we was so busy talking about how much bad things the youngsters was doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they were looking at us like, yeah, then how much fucked up shit we was doing. But I always look at things like this. Anything that I push myself forward about, and it happens to fail or some shit like that, I take 50% of the credit in the loss.
You're supposed to.
So some kind of way I put myself in that predicament.
Supposed to.
So I start, after that, when I got on this OG shit, I'm like, everybody, kids, yeah, that's my nephew. And I'm gonna let it be known that that's my nephew, so just in case you didn't fucking know, now you know. Even though, this not just for the niggas who I fuck with, this not even for them. This for the fans and the little partners and all. You might want to know that that's my nephew, because you might move with him different if you know that there may be several nephews.
Right.
But we don't put that shit out there like that. So them little dudes be getting into a lot of shit that they don't have to get into if each other knew who each other was.
I just was about to ask her a question because she raised sons, and I just was about to ask her a question since she had a question for me. I got one for you.
I have nothing,
Why?
but I'm ready to answer you.
Get him.
I
Get
got
him.
one for you. You know, being a mother, you know, and watching these little dudes out here pulling on these condos and, you know, carjacking people and robbing them and doing all that. What you think that the mothers of those kids that's doing that, what do you think they lacking at? You know, what do you think they missing the game, man, that got these children doing that?
Some of them that I know, kids that's out there doing it, they uphold their children. A lot of them uphold their children.
Man,
a lot
that's
of them uphold their
so
children.
good to hear you say
They
that.
don't discipline their children.
Oh, that's so good
And
to
a
hear
lot
you
of
say
these kids grow up to be men and they don't own up to their stuff.
Right.
And how can, if you're not owning up to nothing and you're not taking responsibility for it, it's gonna keep happening over and over. It's gonna keep repeating itself, right? So as mothers, we have to discipline our children, and we can't be their friends, and we can't uphold them.
Wow.
A lot of them uphold them. Some of them know what they're doing. They holding the guns for them. They stashing. They doing. You know, they're a part of. You know, the problem. They're a part of the problem. Yes, they are. And some of them, they're trying to provide and put a roof over their head, so they're working 2 or 3 jobs, so they don't know
They ain't
where
there
they
for
at and
them.
what
Right,
they're doing.
right.
They're not there. They're not present
Right.
because they're so busy chasing a dollar. And then they got the other ones that's so busy chasing a man.
Nigga, come on.
Right.
So, you know, we have different types. We have different categories that we put different women in. You know, I had to ask my son, I say, being my son and knowing me as a mother, I said, you think that you would have been able to go pull on somebody's door or robbing somebody and doing all that? And he said, no. Because I'd have beat the brakes off him. I'd have embarrassed him.
You're supposed to.
I would have beat the...
You're supposed to.
Every time I
Ooh.
thought I saw him somewhere or somebody comes call me,
Right.
they'd have been crying. Because
Right.
that's how bad I'd have put him in something so... He'd have met Magnolia Keedy Blake. See, they never met me. They never met...
See,
They
your
never
kids
met.
be like that.
They never met.
Your kids
They
really
know
be like
Keyshawn.
that. Oh, that's your
They know
kids be
Keyshawn.
like that.
You know,
your kids
that's
be
what
like
they know.
that.
They know Keyshawn. They don't know the real Keedy Blake. They don't know her.
I
You
like
know.
I like her answer. She said discipline. That was the first thing
Yeah.
about their mom.
Really?
Said she up and they uphold their kid.
They
What
uphold
happened
them.
is, check this out, right?
That's the real answer though.
But when the woman raised a son, right?
But why we started putting it on women, though? What about the men in that
Hold on, I'm about to, I got
We
it.
be on
What about
us.
the
I'm
men
going.
in the
We be on us so
You know?
much.
No,
You
we
must
kick
have-
our ass.
You must
Trust
be on
me.
watch out.
Oh,
with
we
your-
kick
No,
our
I'm talking about the
ass.
conversation right now.
No, because
Really
listen,
not.
you one of the first women we've had here.
Yeah.
That's why we so happy to hear you be able to say
Okay.
that. But as in us as men, like we understand this, right? And we always say this. It was an era where it came to an era where a lot of men was in jail, those fiends are dead, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So a lot of them dudes ain't had
Either
no.
not taking responsibility.
Okay,
So that goes back to women upholding their sons and they're not even much being accountable for their mess. They just thinking it's okay to do these things. So that goes back to the fathers that's just willing to leave their children and not stand to be responsible. So somewhere somebody taught them, allowed them to keep moseying on down and not owning up to their mess. And not owning up to their
We
responsibility.
agree with you though.
Oh, we totally agree.
Yeah.
We agree
Oh,
with
we
you.
totally agree.
And the niggas who don't do that for their kids.
That's
you
who we
know,
deal with.
They,
Oh.
yeah, they did.
Oh, we deal with them. They dead us.
Yeah.
Dead
us.
dads. We not
Dead
trying.
I
us.
could never date a man that don't take care of his children.
But I don't understand a man who will want
That's
to
the
take care of
funniest
child
nigga in the
anyway.
world.
I could never date a man that's not.
Ain't
If
no
a girl
man in
says
the
she's
world.
pregnant and this is baby, and he said it's saying it's not mine.
My dad always told
Baby,
me,
show me it's
nigga,
not
you can
yours.
take
But
care
you're
of
not-
it.
but you're
Show
not-
me, cause I ain't about to uphold it.
But you talking about boys. You ain't talking.
Yeah,
Well, not
you're
even
not
boys.
talking
You ain't
about-
talking about men.
Yeah,
Right.
Men,
talking
boy,
about
nigga
boys.
can't wait to have a baby.
They don't
Where's
understand
that?
That's my seed. Whether it's a girl or a boy, I'm gonna make sure he got it or she got it, whatever.
I'd rather however you feel about the
However.
mother.
Yeah,
Hold on.
regardless.
Let me
Some
show
of
you
you
this. Watch
ain't-
this.
Mother-
Watch
the
this. Watch
mother's
this.
irrelevant.
Hold on. Watch
Right.
this. Watch this. Step seeds. How we roll?
Man, like
We don't have none.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all right.
See? Ain't
Yeah,
no step
that
seeds. If
coming
I
up.
raise you, nigga, you mine. It ain't got nothing to do with. I don't give. You got two daddies now.
Say, to be honest with you, any child that coming up in the household that a real man, and he's supposed to.
Okay.
That's everything in there. He's supposed to be raising everything in the
Boom.
household.
Right.
The woman's job is to comfort.
Right.
The man's job is to provide, bro.
Come
it's
on.
simple.
But a lot of men, let me tell you this.
They not.
They have
not
women
doing it.
Cool. They
that's
doing the
married.
providing.
She
Come on.
keep
They
saying
have
that.
women. No, listen. They have women that's married
Mhm.
and they're still raising sons, raising daughters by themselves.
What you mean?
Just
married?
because they're
What the- what the
present
do with
in a
that?
home.
What the do
Now,
with that?
some of them
Well,
probably
you said
were.
they, wait, hold on. You said women that's married
Yes.
still raising the boy?
Yes.
With the daddy being there?
With the daddy or the stepdaddy, whatever, being present.
Well, that's not. I don't understand that.
I'm
Me
serious.
neither. I ain't the boy. That's unheard
Listen
of
to
me.
me. Listen to me. Listen
How
to me
he
well.
supposed to
Who the man? Who
They're
the,
still doing
who the
all
man of the
the-
house?
How he supposed to be the king of the cows?
That's what I'm saying.
He's supposed to
What
know
little boy gonna
everything
beat him up?
he
Ooh, soon as the boy gets
Everything
17, he gonna beat
that-
him
man,
up.
come on, bro.
I'm telling you
He's
what's gonna
supposed to
happen.
know
Boy, the boy
everything about
gonna
his
beat the piss
house.
out. Boy, you better holler at my mama. Boy, what?
Say.
I'm just telling you, that's what.
Holla at my mama.
You came holler at her. You ain't doing nothing. Nigga, you sitting here playing the game with me.
No, I'm not talking about that. Some of them is responsible as far as going out and get the bag. But it takes more than just going out to get the bag to raise a child. You have to be present with that child. You have to take time with that child. You have to teach that
I
child.
thought it
You
was-
got to show that child how to be a man.
I thought it was called nourishment. It's called mental and physical nourishment.
What you mean? That's for a mother just to do that?
No, for the part. No, it's the daddy.
Because I heard you
This
saying
the
that the
king.
oh you said a
This-
comforter,
this-
right?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
the king. I'm the king of the cows. I supposed to know everything that's going on in there. When shit ain't right, it's my job to fix
Say that
it.
again. You supposed to know what?
Everything that's going on in
Everything.
there.
Nothing move without my
my
permission.
job to
Saying,
fix
then you
that.
just said
But
like
men are
everything.
not doing that.
You said
They
that
not
then a
men,
nigga going
though.
out getting the money.
They're not men, yo.
Man, them
You
little
saying
dudes
men are
don't.
not doing
So
that.
you think like
didn't want
they
to
really
do it.
they really think like them little dudes disrespect their money because you coming in there throwing a few dollars and then you getting the fuck from around.
Yeah, so you thinking
that's
just
getting
because
fucked up.
you
That little boy gonna
providing
fuck you up.
that's it, that's all.
Who the other boy gonna
It's
fuck
more
you
than
up?
that.
But I mean, so if
It
you
takes
don't-
more than that.
Boy, the boy gonna
Listen,
fuck you up.
It ain't just that he'll fuck you up, though, Cello. He could have drugs in your house. You can have guns in your house, and if you're a nigga who got a jacket, them
You
people-
doing it?
them
Why he
people
can't do it?
He can't do. He not a fuck. He not paying no bills. What the fuck you mean? Why
I'm
you
just
can't
showing
do
you
it?
as in him.
Man, I wish my nigga you paying bills.
No, we're talking about
No,
we
I'm
talking.
just telling
We only
you.
tell you this. All you doing is paying bills.
No, what you mean?
We talking
I-
about the man that she's talking
But
about,
then
not
I
you.
keep telling you, bro, if a nigga not taking care of his business, you can't call yourself a
What
man.
you call taking
Man,
care of your business? Control.
Man.
I mean, not
Not
if
control. I say no, bro. It's not. You supposed to control your
That-
shit.
all right.
I'm
Cause
not
you
gonna
supposed
lie.
you
we
protecting
call it
your
controlling,
environment.
and you
should
might
know.
take it
You're
wrong.
protecting your
No,
environment.
you
If I'm in that
controlling
bitch,
your
I
environment.
control that bitch.
Yeah.
I run it.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Don't
Listen
take it
to
wrong.
me. Listen to me. It's a difference between controlling, knowing what's going on, and running it. It's three. There's
But
three
all
different
three of
things.
them-
Control
all
go with
three of them
control
go-
to us.
Yeah, with
That
control.
go with us. That's
All
how.
three-
That's
what
just
you
how
just
we
named,
think.
that's one all in one
Control?
control. Yeah. What
Ain't
you just
nothing
named-
That's
happening.
talking.
Nobody
talking-
gonna control me.
No,
What you
that's
mean?
not.
Not
We ain't
you.
talking about you. We
I
talking
said
about
the
the
house.
kids. See?
Oh.
Like
talking
we're
about
talking
the
about
house.
what goes on
The
in
house,
that motherfucker.
the
house.
wife in the house.
No, we talking about
You
what goes
control
on
the
in.
kitchen. Listen. You
Okay.
control the kitchen.
Make me know now.
Listen, your job is to comfort. Your job
Okay.
is to clean.
See, we taking shit out your
Your
hands. You don't
job
see
is
it.
supposed to be to clean.
No, I just wanted to
cook.
hear.
No, like,
it's
as
how
in-
you guys.
If you gonna let me explain it to you.
Look, beef
your
with
job
it.
is
You want
supposed
beef
to
with
be
you? Yeah, you been wanting to
clean,
beef with you since you
cook,
got here.
and console.
Okay.
My job is to protect and provide.
That's it.
That's what we mean about
Simple.
control.
That's it.
Ain't nothing like as in that door like that. You run this
Simple.
bitch, right?
That's
but
it.
I control that door.
That's
it.
simple.
Ain't nothing coming through that to where you never gonna have no feelings behind nothing
But
that's
guess
coming
what?
up.
We gonna have another session on this, right?
Come on.
We gonna have another little show on this right here,
I like
on this
this.
segment that we talking about right now, cause I got a new song that's dropping, right?
Come on.
And the name of this new song is Boy Bye. See, a lot of these women, they've been letting these men hold up space, just occupying.
What you mean by all that space?
It's time for them to say boy bye.
What you there
Because
for?
it's all it
Bye.
is a boy.
Well, why you? Yeah,
But
What
they
you
need
there
a
for?
man.
But what you there for?
Man by.
Right,
Oh,
that's what
okay.
I'm trying to get
Yeah, you
you to
can't tell a man
understand.
bye.
So, but in order for some of these men, these boys to become men, maybe they never was taught. So
Well,
maybe
some-
y'all could sit down and we could have like a little session. We could talk about
Keedy, I
And
just
lay
told
some
you,
stuff
every
down.
man that call himself a man ain't a
and
man.
a man,
If you
right?
ain't taking care of your household, you're not a man.
Right.
You think you a man. You
So if
physically
you
you are a man.
so
but
if you
mentally,
provide,
nah.
but you're not protecting,
That
you're
ain't
not
no
a
man.
That's
So if
what
you
I'm
protecting and not provide,
you're not no
Let
man.
me-
I just want to be
This shit
clear.
going- this shit
I'm
go
just trying-
all across the
I'm
board.
trying to show you something.
Ain't no half a man.
Okay, that's a half.
real
Ain't
man,
no half.
Ain't no
a real
half.
man got
Ain't no
a
half.
mentality like a lion. You ever seen a lion?
Yeah.
It could
Okay.
be one line.
Yes.
And you can have 10 females, you know, he could guard. And they can have 5 lions coming. You know what the job is? To protect first.
Right.
So he gonna challenge all 5 of them
Is
motherfuckers.
he?
Like a dog.
Let them
Because he
know
willing to
you
die
not
behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he's
that's-
supposed to be like that though.
That's a real man
real
mentality.
man
And then he gonna
mentality.
make sure that the girl don't want for nothing. She don't supposed to be trying to break her back and wondering about what's going on and how the bill's gonna be paid. Nigga, you supposed to be getting out there getting it. That's supposed to be the least of worries. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why niggas be calling themselves men and they not doing that. Bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's your home, that's your castle, you protected by any means.
Say it again, that's your what?
That's your home, that's your castle, you
Castle.
protected by any means
Right,
necessary.
castle.
Boy, nigga on some other shit. Boy, nigga can't listen. Like, let me tell you what my daddy told me, right? He said, make your house so comfortable to where it make you move. And you can't wait to get back. That's what I did. I started making this shit to where if it ain't make dollars, it ain't make no mother. I'm not moving. I can flick channels inside.
That's right. But you
This shit you gotta make me move out. You gotta make me. Well,
It
I
make
see this
sense.
bitch all. I could be in my house all day with no problem. Nigga, I listen to old school jam, laugh, giggle, because I'm good when it comes to financially, right?
Right.
So you gotta make me move. That shit gotta make a whole lot of sense. And it ain't just gotta be the money. I gotta be protected because I gotta get back here.
Right.
Man,
So this
everything.
shit different.
Everything.
If I leave out this castle, nigga, with your money, you gotta make sure I get back here. That shit don't make no sense to me, boy.
Right.
I gotta come back home.
Right.
I like being at home.
But that's your safe haven. That's your sanctuary.
As I got old, I like laying
But
inside
that's
watching
supposed to be your
TV.
sanctuary though. But that's where you're supposed to get your
But you
peace
gotta
of
build that
mind.
bitch like that, though.
So wait, hold up. What that is?
Your peace of mind, your
No,
sanctuary.
I knew you
Hold
wanted
up.
to hear that. Go.
Hold up. What that
Go.
is?
Your sanctuary.
Go.
And that's the same thing I was telling you earlier.
What?
My home is my sanctuary. That's
I
my
ain't never
church.
disputed that.
Well,
Tell
I
y'all
go
gonna
to
get
church.
into
I
it.
bring the church
No,
when I go.
that's not what people.
No, you
tell-
just
See?
kept saying.
But no,
You just
listen.
kept telling me about
When I
church.
Getting
tried to-
black.
Hold on, let me explain myself.
Praise the
Sucker
Lord.
started all this fucking.
Explain
Praise the Lord.
yourself
Come
then.
on, Deacon.
Explain yourself.
The people told me that the lady is in church now. She married to a preacher or something like that.
Oh, they gave you all.
See?
Right.
Now,
I ain't
look,
telling
I
nothing.
need listen.
Ooh, I wasn't telling
need
nothing.
I didn't ask
listen.
you. I do my own investigation.
All that was
did.
false
I didn't know.
information.
Okay,
I wasn't
I
telling
didn't
nothing.
know. And then T called me, my producer called me and say, but listen, you can't smoke. And I'm like, nah, really, it's just a lot. But well, you down bad for that
Well,
stuff. I don't feel like I
I was
supposed.
talking about me. I
You
couldn't
should be
wait
happy
for
you got that brief explanation, but you know, you got a
Mhm.
bone to pick, son.
You say you pick a bone me as soon as I get in here.
Boy, you messy, bro. Man. And I ain't want to disrespect none of your people. I'm thinking you really in church and married to a preacher or something.
See?
I do love the Lord.
Everybody's supposed to.
Right, I'm just
See, you
saying.
keep talking.
Right, I love the
thank
Lord.
him.
Lord, and He love you too. Whether
Yeah,
you're a
exactly.
sinner,
I'm
whether
still
you're
here.
a-
You see
but
that,
listen,
huh?
He love you too, whether you're a sinner.
Tell her
or
what we
you
was
not.
talking about before she got here.
Oh,
You.
who we were talking about?
What God ate grass when he went to jail and all
Oh
this?
yeah, I tell him about Pontius Pilate when he put
See?
God in jail.
This is what we was talking about
And he
before
was
you got
eating
here.
What you was
opium
talking
leaves
There you go.
and he was eating that grass he was eating.
I ain't
That
never-
wasn't no regular grass. You
What
think
it
God
was?
just gonna eat regular grass?
What that was weed?
Marijuana.
That's what we was talking about. I'm just telling you facts. This what
When
we was
Punch
talking
Biden
about before
put
you
him in
walked in the
jail,
door.
that what he
All right.
made.
Come on, we don't cut no corners.
Oh,
I'm just telling you.
sis.
That's
I'm
how
just-
they been.
all
Why?
right.
Listen, Shalom.
What,
you
bro?
know, seeds
I-
will grow anywhere, bro.
All right.
That's why
I
God
really
made them
agree
spring
with
up
you.
everywhere, bro.
You know what? When I get married to a
What?
preacher, I'm coming. You gonna be in the wedding.
I hope church, sure enough. I hope the church don't catch on fire, but I'll be in there.
You gonna be in my
Not
wedding.
for you, I'm talking about for me too. I ain't talking about this one. You know. That nigga laugh, he like all that, bro.
Man, bro, play. Write a book for him.
And what your new song, boy, by dropping?
Boy, bye.
This one.
That what she said?
Yeah.
Send
boy,
that bitch
bye.
to him. You know,
Not for
send
me,
to him
I'm a
today.
man. That's for them
I'm
boys.
just
She
saying,
send it to
send
them
it to
boys.
him
She send it to
so he
them.
can understand it.
Understand? Oh, okay, well, tell us what the song about.
Yeah, he said, Bree, he said I'm married to a preacher.
That what we heard.
That's what I heard when I was trying to say.
I'm the first lady. I'm the first lady. Okay, first lady Keedy Blake. Let's go. Come on, that's how rumors and lies get out. Bye.
I ain't telling nigga nothing either. I
I'm
ain't
saying
telling
if
nothing.
it happened.
Okay then.
Because I am a first lady.
Okay,
You know
then.
that, huh?
Man, if
You're
I'm
first lady without the man.
Yeah.
All right, say
Man,
that
you
though. Let him know. I'm just saying.
Listen, bro.
I am a first lady.
If a man don't like you, he gay. Then you, that's why. I mean, I
I don't need him to
understand.
like me. A lot of men
You know what
like
I'm
me.
just saying? No, this is what I'm saying.
I need
Come on
more
with
than
it.
liking me.
Come on.
I can't. If a man pass up by something wrong, he not right.
Liking me is not enough.
Not right. Yeah, that's where it starts from. That's with any man that don't like women. Period. That I don't understand that one. So, why you couldn't? You think because you're a preacher, and you doing?
No, every preacher's not the same.
So,
I see ministers that's on a whole nother level.
Shit,
Oh, we
preachers
did. We're
are
talking about
Let me
that.
tell you something.
Come on, you know we
Preachers
were
are
talking about that
pimps.
style.
Let me tell you something. I know some ministers that come straight from each and every one of us in here are minister.
Yes.
All of us
Believe
are
that.
ministers.
Pastor
All of
Cello,
us.
stop playing with me. I'm just saying.
Stop
Say,
playing,
bro,
huh?
just saying.
Well, I'm
You
not
had a
into
house of gold in
titles.
you,
I'm
though.
not into titles because
But
I
you
told
right.
you once before that God is not in respect of what?
You ever heard this song called
Yeah.
Preachers Ain't Shit?
No.
I'm serious. You think I'm
Preachers are
playing?
pimps.
They got a song called Preachers Ain't Shit.
Say, bro, just think about
Somebody
it. bro.
say that I'm applying pressure.
To who?
You.
Boom.
No.
Get down.
Say,
Cause he used always applying
listen,
pressure.
I don't- I
No,
don't-
he trying to get in there.
I ain't telling nigga nothing. I
Hey,
said, boy,
I
you
never
messing with the
fold
right
under
one.
pressure, so tell her she ain't applying enough pressure to that whoever said that.
Them people ain't even say that. I was,
Okay.
I
See?
pulled
Alright,
your
I'm saying
phone.
no.
Ah, that
Say
show me
that,
who he
check
is,
that
you
out.
heard?
Don't-
That
I
show me
told
who
him
you
that.
are.
I told him you was out of man. Know that. I thought you
Characteristics
playing.
is everything. I pulled your card. I'm gonna pull another one before I get off this show.
Go ahead, get
Oh
him.
yeah, I'm gonna pull
Get
another one.
him.
She said she pulled my
I'ma pull another one.
Cause they say you applied pressure, you psyched up with applied pressure.
Somebody said they're here for the diamond supply.
Huh? They put it on.
That went over his head. Ooh,
Yeah, what they
ooh,
say?
Ooh, ooh,
What they say?
ooh.
Hit Diamond Supply. Tell him send me some more shit.
Oh, that's for Cello.
Tell her send him some. Send you some shit and send him some shit too.
Then that's something.
I don't know why my phone do that shit too.
I don't know why I keep doing that.
Mine
He's
do
not
that.
doing that.
Mine neither. Not
He
the
must
dick,
got an
mine-
Android over there.
Yep, I got one of them cheap.
He got an Android daddy.
Say
I
that
got one of the
OG.
cheap phone, the good
Oh.
battery.
Oh, that say it. The
That
good battery, the old phone with the good battery.
Yeah,
An old
I'm
phone with a
saying.
good battery, huh?
Yeah, them cheap ones.
But look at the lightning on it.
That's just good.
See what I go through?
It's lightning. His shit, your shit on
It's
seven.
good.
It's alright. That's a
It's lightning
7.
good.
You got an iPhone, huh?
That's a 14.
Ain't that something, man? I don't know why y'all women just keep letting Bill Gates take y'all
Hey,
money.
Shay Shay. Hey, mama,
Only thing
baby.
good for is shooting videos.
Say so. Check this out, right? Do you think like as and let's talk about this?
What?
Why you here? What you think about like how is us as men deal with black women at this time?
Who? Me?
Us as black men, not just you.
We don't treat them like they supposed to be treated, that's for sure. I mean, niggas put too much pressure on the women. They gotta go get the fucking bacon. They gotta fry the fucking bacon. They gotta help you eat the fucking bacon.
Come
Nigga,
on.
what the fuck is you gonna do?
Okay.
God damn, you might well be a bitch yourself. I'm just being honest with you. If you ain't out there, if you ain't out there going to get it for yourself, something wrong with you. I would never want to crush the lean on. But that's what you doing. That woman kick you out. Where you gonna go? What you gonna have? I'm just being honest with
It's
you.
the new
bro.
generation of thing.
If that woman tell you get the fuck off her car, what you gonna do then? What you gonna go back to your mom?
See, some of them ain't got no choice.
Yeah, because there ain't no niggas who go. I'm gonna go.
What about like as in this, right? Like, I was talking to my partner the other day, and he was telling me about like as in. He felt like he was in a good position, that he was a young dude. He was like, I feel like I could have my pick of the litter.
He could. He's still young.
He could have what? His what?
Pick of the litter.
The pick of the litter. What that mean?
Man,
And
don't
his
let
pick of
Shallow
women.
tell none of you
Oh,
young
his
niggas.
pick of women.
Say, bro. Hey.
Man, dog,
Don't
35
let
years
Shallow-
old. Ain't no 30.
Don't
35.
let Shallow tell none of you young niggas under the age of 35 not to do you.
He was 35.
Well, by the time you start thinking about settling them down, son.
Well, at the age of 35, you think like a man should be ready to settle down at the age of
Yeah,
35?
because that mean he got all that,
Play
he
out.
got out, yeah. That he should conquer enough of women, you know what I'm saying, just to, by the time you get one and just chill out, because it's over with the game about to
So I have a question for you.
Why?
Because I raised
knew
a
you
son. My
would.
son is 19 years old.
Yeah.
And a lot of men, they only mess with a lot of women because it's known or it's supposed to be like, if you mess with a lot of women, it's this or that, or if you don't have that, oh man, you don't got no hoes or whatever. This is a thing for men, right? So I teach my son different. I tell him he's a king. Been telling him that since he was small, right?
So you pick different.
So I tell him to pick different.
Okay.
And I tell him that he's worth everything, not to just live with any woman.
If you truly
He's too worthy to just live with anything or anybody or different women.
But that's not gonna listen. That's not gonna be your church. And if you truly believe you're a king, under real king rule, you can have as many concubines as you want, as long as you can take care of.
But still, you have to be picky of the type of
All right.
Listen what I'm
Ready for-
saying.
that you
Hold on.
decide
That's his-
to
Let me
let
see
in
old
his
school
face.
But that's
Old
his
school and new
church.
school.
But that's his church. He gonna have to make that church that decision. But if you believe he a true king, he can have.
So
as many
you telling me that a
concubines.
man don't have to have value? Don't a man don't know his value that he could just lay up with anything and anybody?
Let me intervene for 1 second.
Go ahead.
No
Old school,
value.
new school.
Go ahead.
No value.
Remember, like your grandpa used to have.
I just wanna know.
I'm just telling you, like he on
Because
that
if you
with our
just laying down
grandpa.
with anything and anybody,
He on that shit our grandpa. used to
that's
do.
no value. What a value at?
But-
A woman don't want to mess with no man that done had and lay with everybody, just
but-
like a man that don't want to mess with a lady that done lay with everybody.
that's-
What's the difference?
But that's good. See, that's on the choice of that individual. A man's job is to plant his seeds so they can grow. That's what his job.
Old
is.
school thing.
That's his job. A man is nothing here but to do but to provide for women, but plant his seed, so we can keep producing.
So a man's job is to provide what?
Provide, produce, and protect.
Right,
in
but
any
we
kind
talking
of-
about men
PPP.
being with numerous
That's
of
what it
women.
is.
I'm saying
But
That's
PPP.
what you was
That's
talking about,
just-
right? That's what you was saying,
but
right?
We were doing this.
That's what we talking
But
about.
listen, we've been doing this since the beginning of time. Like
But that's what I'm telling you now.
Times
So
have
this was
changed,
right.
though.
That's all I'm saying.
Right,
That's
that's all.
right, exactly.
Bingo.
Times are changing.
That's all I'm trying to show you.
So-
like, that's
Times
what you
are
gotta think
changing.
about.
But listen,
Go.
times are changing because society are making rules that we supposed to abide by.
So
Come
what
on,
about a
Brad.
real man being real with his son and not waiting till his son become 35 years old to start saying, well, hey, I done played, I done did all this and all that, now it's time to settle down.
What you mean? That's what he's supposed
So
to
why a
do.
man can't tell his son and teach his son, since you had to learn and you had to go all the way through to
Early.
the age of 35, 40 years
Early.
old. Some men is
Early.
50, 60 years old still going through the same
Still a
movement.
boy.
Answer that question?
Mindset still the
Because
same.
Still a
if
boy.
I'm his dad, I want him to bring me a lot of grandchildren.
I have a man on here that
I
say
want a lot
men
of
have to know
grandchildren.
their worth.
You
I want
say,
Just like a woman
I
has to
ain't
know
know
her
that.
worth,
Like,
I want
listen,
26
a
I-
man needs to know his worth.
All right, check this out, right? In the beginning, right? I got 11 kids. I thought this shit was cool.
I can remember. I
Like,
remember.
listen,
the
What's
like,
shit.
what I
not
used to
cool
do.
about it though? What's not cool about
Let me
it?
tell
Why
you
having all
something,
these different children with all these different women?
Man, listen. All right, so listen. Let me show you this. All right, but check this out. I'm about to show you what don't make
11
it cool.
children.
All right, let me show you what don't make
11
it cool.
different women, that's cool.
Man, that shit not, bro. That shit was
Why?
cool in y'all time. That
Why
shit
it's
not cool now.
Tell me why it's not
Because
cool.
that shit don't set no example for my son. Like that mean all my sons supposed to do that same shit?
Yeah, I'm
No,
gonna
and
have a
fucking
bunch of
indeed.
grandkids.
No, indeed.
I'm
No.
9, I want all of them to be
Say,
there.
listen.
100 of them motherfuckers.
All right, I've never been married. Right?
I want my tribe to be big, not
Man,
small.
listen, my daddy told me make as many as you can take care of. That
That's
had me
the
fucked
whole
up.
key though. But your
No,
your
man.
daddy did not lie to you.
He
Your
didn't for
daddy
that
told you
time.
the truth.
It's a
Your
new day and
daddy
age.
told you that truth. Just
day and
because
age.
you don't make it with one woman, that doesn't mean that you got to stop.
Boy, I'm not
True,
shooting
though.
no
But
babies
who's
and
trying to
other
make
women.
it with one woman?
Huh?
Who trying to make it with one woman?
I don't know.
You trying to say like it's cool for a man to date this woman, and that woman.
Yeah,
when
till
you
he
could
get
just sit down and
tired.
settle with this one woman, and if it's not working, then hey, move
Man, we ain't
forward.
got time to keep doing all that.
But see, that's what I was talking about when I said.
We gonna jump. We gonna
Listen,
keep
this one I was
moving,
talking about
and
when I said
get about
earlier
salty,
that we
the
don't
nigga
give
need
ourselves enough time
somebody.
to break or to breathe, to love ourselves, to take care of ourselves.
Everybody need love.
You heard me? So we need to work on ourselves.
Say,
Yeah, before trying to
boy, as soon as I line myself,
cut up
that
with
shit
somebody
got,
else.
That shit,
Settle down.
it can't.
Or build with somebody. How
I'm
you gonna
just
build with somebody else?
telling
And you bringing your
you.
attitude, you bringing all this other stuff from other relationships, all of this toxic stuff in a new relationship.
No.
I wasn't high dick Harry when I started being comfortable with myself.
I'm
just
not
telling you
gonna
that.
hide. I'm not gonna hide anything from no woman. If I get a woman pregnant, she gonna know. Say, buddy, got another mouth to feed.
But why, boy, ooh, we gonna talk. We gonna do. We got
Got
a
another mouth
relationship.
to feed. What you talking about? You'll see. 9 months. That's it. Gee. Get yourself together.
You know Magnum,
P.I.
Trojan. Well, you need somebody.
But say, bro, them things busting 10 years.
They do.
Y'all don't realize something, bro. I don't understand.
See, what you gotta understand about
What?
him is, he was in penitentiary more than
But
he
you
was
know
on the
what?
street.
What's destined is destined. It's already written.
Okay, that's what I just
Huh?
said, yeah.
Oh.
You think you just make a baby on your own? You think cause she ovulating and then you struck a lucky
No,
match?
I'm not gonna say that
I'm
wasn't.
just telling
That'll
something.
always be destined. Some of us we just be making poor
That shit
decisions.
just happened,
I'm
bro.
saying
Like you thinking that shit be destined?
Life
No.
is not a poor decision. Now, if you got raped and got, something like that, yeah.
But see,
but
that's
when
old
you-
school
No,
law.
it
you
is poor
should've-
decisions.
Listen, when you open up your legs,
He thinking
and
old
you let
school
them
law.
penetrate,
We can't
you
beat that.
know a baby can come.
But at
That's
the end
all
of the
what you
day,
doing. You
it
might
still could
don't
be a poor
want it.
decision with the
You
type of
might-
man that you
That's
decide
yourself.
to
I
live
agree.
with.
Well, we
Or the
all-
Well, I
type
know
of
I done
woman.
slept with something that I was like, boy, I hope she ain't pregnant tomorrow. I ain't
Man, listen.
You lying if you ain't never felt like that?
Man, if she pregnant, she pregnant.
Boy, all right,
Ain't
you a
my
gangster.
fault.
Oh,
Let's go,
Lord,
bro.
have mercy. Jesus.
I
Oh,
love you
Jesus.
too, Shane.
I just was
No,
a
indeed.
facilitator. That's God's call. That ain't my call.
Boy, God ain't got nothing to do
I
with
just
that.
was a facilitator.
God ain't got nothing to do with that.
Man, life is intricate, bro.
Black, you coming back, huh?
Everybody could just make
Like
it.
a dog.
Pop in. You gotta
We
pop
gonna
in.
talk about
Say,
this boy
you gotta deal with
bye.
him.
Say,
Oh, we gonna get into this boy bye.
Hey, listen, we can get into that number.
No, I'm coming back.
Say
We
that
gonna
was
get into
gay.
it.
Say,
I'm coming back. We gonna get into this book that y'all keep crossing all over.
deal with him.
I'm gonna read the book.
Say, we about to-
You told me about the book.
Okay.
Tell them
we
where
need
they
a
can go
10-piece.
find the book. That's why I
You can
slipped
find the
this
book on
up.
Amazon.com. You also can find the book on my website, www.iamkeedyblack.com. You also can find this book in one of the black-owned business stores here in New Orleans on Bayou Road.
Okay.
Say, we gonna figure some things out. We gonna do some giveaways. We gonna buy something. We gonna give a few away.
Huh?
You say where you ordered online again?
Amazon.com.
There you go.
Yeah, and you can go to the bookstore and request it as well, and they'll order and ship
He
it
gonna
out.
buy
Barnes
20
and
from
Noble.
wherever he gonna
No.
get it there.
What you
The
stop?
same.
You
He a
can go to
mother-
Barnes and Nobles and order
To be
it.
honest, with you, don't sell it since you saying it. You be playing games. If she got a few women that come to her thing, I buy them a book, bro. And what's wrong with you?
See
bro?
that what I'm telling you?
Reading is fundamental, bro.
See?
That's why you don't know a lot of shit. 'cause
You're
you don't
OG,
know a lot
huh?
of reading. Huh?
Your OG?
Depending on what you mean by OG.
Dude, that's the OG on the show too?
My
Both
nigga,
y'all OGs?
They say that's how I learned a lot
I'm
from it.
just
He a
asking.
motherfucker.
What seller? What is OG in it? What we putting up there? Old gangsters? What
Original
that mean?
gangster, huh? You original, huh? So you original gangster, huh?
Yeah, they ain't got no.
They ain't got nothing like
no
you.
carbon
They
copy.
ain't got no.
say.
So at
No
the end of the
carbon
day, so
copy.
that means
This
that you
is
could
not
buy
even
these
thing.
books and you could give them to the
That's
little ones
what I was
that's under
getting
you.
at. That's
You
what I was
could,
getting at. Your YGs.
yeah.
My YGs, I got problems. We got to fight. They not book readers.
Well,
make
guess
They
what?
like action. They like
You gonna
action.
beat them dudes up.
They
So
want that what they be wanting action. We have to challenge each other mentally and they like action. I'm not gonna lie, they're not gonna read, but I donate some books to some some school kids or something like that.
so maybe they could give it to their mothers. They could read it to
No,
become
they
better
don't
mothers,
read.
reset their mind.
Say don't worry, he
become better.
want 10 of these and 10 of these. Don't worry about it.
10 of them and 10 of them?
Yeah, that's him.
That sound good.
That's how
I
he
need you to
rolls.
send a check to
Different.
Cello.
Hey, I work him like a Mexican, so
That's
don't
right.
worry.
I'ma
I work
send
him
the
like a
check.
Mexican. Ah,
Because
The
send it to
bill,
me.
the bill or the check?
Oh,
Hey,
send that to me.
bill.
Because I'm
The
working
bill,
like a
huh?
Mexican.
Yeah,
I'm
send
working
the
like a
bill to
Mexican. That's what he
Cello.
say.
Cello got the bill. You heard
So
me
10 of
say
them and 10 of them. Y'all heard that, huh? 10 of
Well,
these.
that's fact.
And listen,
10 and 10.
y'all will come by my studio
20 books.
and pick.
Come on. Say you
and pick up copy Solo just bought for y'all.
Yeah.
Bought 10 of them for y'all.
And then we'll give the ones that you gonna have from also.
What?
Yeah.
Man, my brother.
You just told her that you buying 10 for me, 10, but
That's
you
20
10
books.
now.
You want them?
That's 10 for me and you bought 10
No, you ain't getting none of my books. That's my 10 and 10.
I have
told
clothing
Daddy,
too. I have apparel.
Say,
I have a t-shirt
first of
line.
all, I ain't trying to cut you off, Keedy. That's what I like about Cello. He do some hell of
This is
shit.
not about me.
He just told you, if I'm not mistaken, to give me 10 of
I didn't
these
say give them to you. I said I'm buying.
and 10 of these.
You got your own.
I
money.
didn't ask you for no books, but that's what he said. I say was okay, cool. I say send the check to Cello.
The bill.
The bill to Cello. Okay, I just want to make sure we clear. Now Cello bought 10 books for anybody from Keedy Black. They gonna be at my studio,
That's not for
and
you.
we could come. This for the people you want me to give them to.
I know how to give books away.
What the- You
I don't
just
need no help.
What do you just?
You got money. What you need? I'm just
Man,
saying.
that man told you I got money here.
Say, see?
Man lying to you.
That nigga tried to pay me $20,000 to start a podcast. Somebody ain't got no money.
But that's,
I'm just saying, he gonna tell you
a
that.
lie is nothing.
So
for
you
that
still
man to
buying
try.
your book? You
Oh,
still
he
want
getting
your
in,
book?
cause I ain't getting none of mine.
Yeah, I buy some books.
He
from
don't have
you.
no choice, cause he ain't getting none of mine.
Okay.
I ain't got no problem with buying no books from you. I ain't know we was buying books, but I buy some books from you.
So you got merchandise too? Come on, what else? Show 'em what else we got. Pull it up, Black. Where is that? Come on, Magnolia. Come on, Magnolia. What
See,
else you
bro,
got?
you better
What
bring
else we
that on.
selling?
You
What
better
else?
bring that
Say, I'm gonna take it
on.
on this check.
I
Don't
got
you worry.
Better bring
merchandise.
that credit
I'ma take it out of
card
check.
T.
I already working like
Our producer bring on. Oh,
Look,
I
if somebody
forgot
say,
about-
G, I want a book. Give me one of them books. Buy me a book, G.
Who that
take
is?
that.
Young Moon, out the Magnolia.
Go over there, yeah. Tell a follow him, and he gonna buy a book. Hit him in the DM. He
You know
gonna
that
buy your
I'm
book.
at the
Who
book.
G is?
Me.
That's G.
I'm a D.
Where you
book
from,
seller.
first of all?
I'm
Everywhere.
from everywhere.
What to
Wherever
say?
the wind blows.
That be used to be
Say.
on the other side of our project with it.
I was in your project before you. was in
You
your-
back that.
Young Moon, where you know him from?
He don't. He
Say move. Hit
This
him
dirt.
in the DM.
Somebody said it's dirty.
What dirt?
Look.
Who
Bitch
dirty?
know everybody in the city.
Dirty?
Dirty.
Look.
Yeah.
All
You say,
right.
baby, that dirty?
Look. Buy a dirty
You
book.
want a
They
book?
want a
How
book?
much? How much?
Don't worry about how much they cost. Don't worry about it.
I ain't bring now. You know about money.
I know you got
$3
$3. You can get it from home. You can get it tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
You
Cash
can
out.
cash out, man. That's all.
How many books? I mean, how much the books is?
This one 20, that one 25.
Nah,
All
come on.
right then, bro. Give me two.
So what you-
I'm gonna
You
buy
can't get no
some.
two.
Why?
You gotta get
I
more
don't
than that. You
nigga-
gotta get
listen,
some books
bro, I
away.
don't nigga reading a young dirty ass for a book.
Who?
I'm dirty.
Oh, they say your old lady dirt.
Oh. You wanna, well, you know you could get a book. Stop playing, all little stupid ass. Would you stop all little stupid ass shit if you know you want a book, man? Cut all that dumb ass shit out. You
Your
coulda-
old lady on
you
this
coulda-
bitch?
You could
Nah.
have told.
Bum,
You could
bum,
have
nah.
told Keedy
Book
to
it.
just bring you a book. What? Stop all that dumb ass shit. Bring it to her, make her pick. Since you won't play on. You want me to show them you won't play? Bring it to her, and she got you. She got money too.
She said, bring my book home tonight.
You gonna bring your
She
book
got-
home.
She got money. She got money. She can buy a case for all her friends. Say,
Denise?
I forgot
Denise?
about the Bayou King case.
Denise?
She know, man. I
Denise?
know. I thought she was talking about dirty off of Jennifer Taylor. Yeah, I know she.
We're dirty beat.
Playing, yeah,
That's not
dirty
dirty
beat.
beat. No, that's
my
no.
girl. Though, that's
All
what
right.
they call out the milk. Man, okay.
Oh, Denise.
Say,
That what she said.
You better you buy your own book, motherfucker. You wanna play on Instagram, huh? But buy your own motherfucker, but you know I don't play all that shit, man. All that cutting
See,
up like that.
You know what's the best part about the
Man,
show?
this shit crazy.
We don't edit. Oh.
We don't suppose to. This chopping gang, nigga.
Chopping
It's live, bro.
Say, deep. Go to the prayer circle with the women. We gotta pray on it.
Man,
Bring a
y'all
fucking book home. That's what the fuck you better do.
I bet y'all fire.
All
What
right,
the fuck
all
I
right,
was
stop, all
since
right.
you wanna play on Instagram.
I'm just telling you.
I don't do all that.
I can't
bro.
color
She
with
know
you.
better than that.
I can't color with
Say,
you. I don't know where you're gonna go
All
at.
right.
Don't call me.
man, I don't care.
I'm
I
saying.
got you. Made
I got
me
That's
Yeah,
why
so-
ain't even that woman doing all
you
that.
made me
Ain't
take
even
all.
my
Hey,
soul.
you made me take all my keys out. I got a bunch of keys, nigga. They still there. I ain't throw them away. They turn all kind of shit. Studios, houses. You tripping, bro? I didn't even want to play all
Say,
that.
Yeah,
But
these
you a
women
messy
crying and
man.
cutting up
I
on my
say,
life.
say, check this out.
You messy.
When I say we the realest podcast, I'm
Man,
not
that's
bullshit,
crazy,
bro.
man.
Hold
You
up,
forgot
y'all.
about Bayou King cake, bro.
Let's talk
It's
about
fine.
these
These tacos right
The
there.
best
I know.
tacos in the city.
Mine, I'm bringing mine home. I already know.
These tacos so good make you want to smack your mama.
Yeah,
Say,
they the
tell me.
best chicks.
They
Home with me, baby.
Y'all
Aye,
don't
aye.
be hitting them on
Okay.
Instagram. Y'all tripping.
Stay dog. Seafood taco.
The whole crawfish barrel.
Crawfish. Potato, corn.
Yeah.
I never tasted before. It's so
Okay.
delicious.
See, they different.
Different.
You ain't even getting none of the sauce, nigga. They got
No,
sauce.
and that's the thing. I ain't even got no sauce. I'm
Yeah,
eating
they
it.
didn't go to sauce.
I'm eating it like this without the sauce, and it's good.
That shit hit different.
Yeah, y'all gotta
Best
gotta
taco.
get on this.
Y'all
Best
better do your
tacos.
taco too. Just with them people. I don't know what's wrong. Be tripping on.
Well, I don't know where you sleeping at tonight.
Oh,
Yo, you on there,
it
man?
don't matter. Wherever Papa was a Rolling Stone, wherever he laid his hat was his home.
You
Nigga.
ain't got no hat on.
Man, I don't care. Wherever I throw my T-shirt at. Man. Fuck around with you. All the shit I've been through, you gonna think I'm gonna let somebody dictate my life? Boy, you crazy.
See,
I stand on what I say.
chopping game. Y'all know what the fuck we do. We chopping and we keep it funky.
What's going on, my top
Hold on, we live. Hold on.
You requested to be in my live?
Zay, we in the Magnolia by your sister Treet arrogant.
We on our way. Chopping game.
Hey,
Damn. Oh, I gotta go get a haircut. I look old. Get mad.
Give me my roses while I can still smell them. Please don't wait till I'm on my way to heaven. Our Father, who art in heaven. Give me my roses while I can still smell them. Give me my roses while I can still smell them. Please don't wait till I'm on my way to heaven. Our Father, who art in heaven. Give me my roses while I can still smell them.